If you want to achieve real success and build lasting wealth, it all comes down to the habits you develop every day. Success doesn't happen by chance or luck. It's the result of consistent actions, decisions, and discipline that shape your life over time. This book will show you exactly what those habits are and how you can start applying them right now to change your future. You might wonder why some people seem to get ahead while others struggle despite working hard. The truth is, wealthy people don't just work harder, they work smarter and have routines that support their goals. They control their mindset, manage their time, and take full responsibility for their actions. They don't let distractions pull them away or excuses stop them from moving forward. Here, you'll find practical advice that you can use immediately. You'll learn how to set clear goals and chase them every day. You'll discover why waking up early and planning your day makes a big difference. You'll see how tracking your expenses gives you control over your money and why lifelong learning is the key to growth. This guide will help you understand how the company you keep affects your success and why taking full responsibility for your life is essential. You'll learn to protect your focus, build routines that support your energy, and communicate with confidence and honesty. Investing in your mind is more important than anything else, and mastering your emotions keeps you steady through challenges. You'll hear why working harder than excuses and smarter than noise leads to real results. Setting boundaries protects your time and values, while reviewing progress weekly keeps you on track. Every decision you make shapes your future self, and small actions repeated daily add up in powerful ways. Failure becomes a teacher, mornings become a time to strengthen discipline, and promises to yourself become unbreakable. This isn't just theory, it's a step-by-step guide, built on habits proven to lead to wealth and success. By following these principles, you will take control of your life, build resilience, and create daily improvements that add up to a better future. If you're ready to take action and transform your life, this book will show you how to start today. Chapter 1. Build a crystal clear goal and chase it daily. Building a crystal clear goal and chasing it daily is the most vital habit that separates those who achieve lasting success from those who wander without direction. It sounds simple, but the power of having a goal that is precise and unwavering is profound. Without clarity, even the greatest effort can scatter and fail to produce meaningful results. Success is not a matter of luck or talent alone. It is the product of intentional focus, daily action, and a vision so vivid that it pulls you forward like a magnet. To build a crystal clear goal is to build a foundation for everything that follows in life. It is the first step toward mastering yourself and creating a life aligned with your deepest values and desires. A crystal clear goal is more than just a wish or a vague aspiration. Saying, "I want to be successful" or "I want to be rich" is too broad to inspire action. Such statements do not create urgency or provide a roadmap. A clear goal is specific, measurable, and connected to a purpose that moves you emotionally. It answers 3 critical questions. What exactly do I want? Why do I want it? How will I know when I achieve it? When these questions have honest and detailed answers, your goal becomes a beacon of focus. The process of clarifying your goal begins with reflection. What truly matters to you? What would make your life feel fulfilling and worthwhile? It is easy to confuse societal expectations with personal desires, so this step requires honesty and courage. Take time to explore your values and passions. Success without alignment to your values is hollow and unsustainable. When your goal aligns with what you genuinely care about, motivation becomes intrinsic and resilient against obstacles. Once you have identified a meaningful goal, write it down in precise terms. Writing solidifies intention and creates accountability to yourself. Instead of a general aim like "I want to earn more money," write, I will earn $100,000 within 12 months through my business. Or instead of I want to get healthier, say, I will lose 15 pounds in 6 months by exercising 4 times per week and eating whole foods. The more specific your goal, the easier it is to plan and measure progress. It transforms abstract desire into concrete purpose. Breaking the goal into manageable steps is essential. Large goals can feel overwhelming and lead to procrastination. Dividing the goal into monthly, weekly, and daily milestones creates a clear path forward. These smaller targets act as checkpoints, providing ongoing motivation and a sense of achievement. Each completed step is a brick laid in the structure of your success. This approach also allows flexibility, enabling adjustments without losing sight of the overall aim. Chasing your goal daily means showing up consistently with intention and effort. Success rarely happens in sudden bursts, but accumulates from steady progress. The habit of daily pursuit builds momentum and resilience. It teaches patience and reinforces the belief that your actions matter, even when results are not immediate. This mindset shifts focus from instant gratification to long-term growth, a critical distinction for lasting achievement. A daily chase also requires prioritization. It is easy to get distracted by urgent but unimportant tasks. With a crystal-clear goal, your priorities become evident. Ask yourself every day, what one thing can I do today that brings me closest to my goal? Focus your energy there and avoid diluting your efforts. This discipline in prioritizing keeps you aligned with your vision and prevents burnout. Visualization strengthens your connection to the goal. Imagine not only achieving it, but how it feels, the pride, freedom, peace, and joy. Visualization programs your brain for success, making your actions more purposeful. When your mind experiences the emotion of success in advance, it fuels motivation and calms anxiety. Visualization is not mere daydreaming, but a mental rehearsal that prepares you for reality. Accountability is a powerful tool in chasing your goal. Share your vision with trusted people who support your growth. This external commitment adds pressure to follow through when internal motivation falters. Accountability partners provide encouragement, advice, and honest feedback. They help you stay honest with yourself and maintain momentum over time. Tracking progress is vital. Keep a journal or digital log of daily and weekly actions toward your goal. Record what you did, what worked, and what challenges arose. This practice turns your pursuit into data, allowing analysis and improvement. It also creates a record of achievement, boosting confidence and resilience when you review how far you have come. Learning from failure is part of the journey. Expect setbacks as natural. What matters is the response. Avoid blame or excuses. Instead, analyze objectively what went wrong, extract lessons, and adapt. This growth mindset turns obstacles into opportunities for improvement and deepens self-awareness. Each failure becomes a step forward rather than a reason to quit. Self-trust is built through consistency. Every time you act in alignment with your goal, you prove to yourself that you can be relied upon. This internal trust is the foundation of confidence, which empowers further action. Confidence is not arrogance or luck, but the quiet assurance born from discipline and follow-through. Balancing ambition with patience is crucial. Some goals require years to materialize. The daily chase is a marathon, not a sprint. Avoid frustration when progress seems slow. Instead, focus on daily improvements and celebrate small victories. This patience preserves your energy and sustains motivation over time. Create a morning routine centered around your goal. Begin each day by reviewing your written goal, visualizing success, and planning key actions. This anchors your mindset in purpose before external demands arise. Starting with intention sets the tone for disciplined, focused work. Deep focus enhances productivity. Avoid multitasking and concentrate fully on one task at a time. This reduces mental fatigue and improves quality. Deep work accelerates progress and strengthens mastery. When chasing your goal, presence is power. Stay open to learning. Seek knowledge, skills, and feedback that enhance your ability to achieve your goal. Adapt strategies when needed, but hold firmly to your purpose. Flexibility in method, combined with firmness in vision, creates a dynamic path forward. Surround yourself with reminders of your goal. Post it where you see it often. Use notes, alarms, or motivational quotes to keep your commitment alive. These cues prevent complacency and maintain your focus. Gratitude nurtures a positive mindset. Acknowledge your efforts and small wins daily. Gratitude shifts perspective from scarcity to abundance, reducing stress and fueling motivation. It deepens your emotional connection to the pursuit. Your goal is a tool for growth. The daily chase shapes discipline, resilience, and self-awareness. These qualities enrich all aspects of life beyond the goal itself. Success is not just what you achieve, but who you become. Do not wait for perfection or ideal conditions. Start now with what you have. Action clarifies and accelerates progress. Delays breed doubt and lost opportunities. Imperfect action surpasses perfect inaction every time. When setbacks occur, see them as signs of growth. They show you are stretching beyond comfort. Analyze calmly, learn, and move forward. This attitude transforms obstacles into fuel for success. Maintain a journal of your journey. Writing clarifies thoughts, tracks progress, and deepens insight. Reviewing your journal reveals patterns and growth, otherwise unnoticed. It strengthens your connection to the process. Revisit and refine your goal regularly. As you grow and circumstances change, adjust your vision to stay aligned with your values and reality. This evolution keeps your goal powerful and relevant. Celebrate milestones to sustain enthusiasm. Meaningful rewards reinforce commitment and energize continued effort. Celebrations are moments to pause and honor progress. Ensure your goal inspires rather than drains you. If pursuit causes constant stress, reassess. True success supports well-being and fulfillment. Balance ambition with self-care. Remember, you are the author of your life. Building and chasing a crystal-clear goal puts you in control. External circumstances lose power when your focus is unwavering. Trust your ability to grow through effort. Discipline, clarity, and resilience develop with action. Each day, chasing your goal strengthens these inner muscles. This strength is true wealth beyond money. Success is a lifelong practice of deliberate action. The habits formed in this pursuit create a fulfilling, prosperous life. Commit to this path with patience, courage, and resolve. The clarity you build today illuminates your future. The daily chase transforms dreams into reality. This habit defines those who succeed versus those who only hope. Ultimately, a crystal-clear goal pursued daily shapes your identity, builds your character, and creates the life you deserve. It is the habit that turns potential into accomplishment and intention into impact. Chapter 2. Wake up early and plan your day intentionally. Waking up early and planning your day intentionally is a cornerstone habit that successful people use to create momentum before the world even stirs. Starting your day early isn't about sacrificing sleep or forcing yourself into a painful routine. It's about reclaiming precious time when your mind is clear, your energy is fresh, and distractions are minimal. This quiet time is an opportunity to set the tone for your entire day and take control rather than letting circumstances dictate your pace and priorities. When you wake up early, you gain hours that others often spend rushing, reacting, or procrastinating. These hours become your power zone, a space where you can focus fully on what matters most. Instead of starting the day behind schedule, already overwhelmed by the chaos of missed alarms and hurried breakfasts, waking up early puts you ahead. You start with calm intention and a clear mind, ready to make decisions rather than respond to emergencies. Planning your day intentionally means more than just jotting down a to-do list. It requires purpose and clarity about what you want to achieve and how you want to feel throughout the day. It involves choosing priorities that align with your bigger goals and values, then scheduling your time accordingly. When you plan intentionally, you protect yourself from drifting aimlessly through tasks that don't serve your highest purpose. Begin your morning routine by waking up at a consistent early hour every day. Consistency helps regulate your body clock, making it easier to rise naturally without the jarring shock of an alarm. This natural rhythm improves the quality of your rest and prepares your mind for a day of focus and productivity. The act of rising early becomes a simple habit rather than a struggle. As soon as you wake up, take a moment to breathe deeply and ground yourself. This simple act reconnects you with the present and quiets the mind, setting a peaceful tone. Avoid immediately reaching for your phone or rushing into notifications and news. Instead, use this sacred time for yourself. Now take out your planner, journal, or digital calendar and write down your top 3 priorities for the day. These should be the tasks or goals that move you closest to your long-term vision. Limiting yourself to 3 priorities prevents overwhelm and sharpens your focus. It forces you to make thoughtful choices about what deserves your attention. After identifying your priorities, break them down into specific actions. Instead of vague goals like work on project, define the exact step you will take, such as draft the introduction to the report. This clarity makes action easier and more natural. When your tasks are clear, your mind wastes no energy debating where to start. Scheduling your day intentionally also means allocating time for breaks, meals, exercise, and moments of rest. Productivity is not about working non-stop, but about working smart with rhythms that honor your natural energy cycles. Planning these moments prevents burnout and keeps your mind sharp. A key part of planning is anticipating obstacles or distractions. Think about what might pull you away from your priorities and how you will handle those interruptions. This foresight strengthens your resolve and reduces the chances of losing momentum. For example, if emails tend to disrupt your flow, decide to check them only during designated windows. When you have your plan in place, commit to starting your day by tackling the most challenging or important task first. This practice, often called eating the frog, builds confidence and energy for everything that follows. Completing your hardest task early creates a psychological boost and lowers stress. Another powerful habit is to review your plan midday and at the end of the day. Midday reviews help you adjust if unexpected events arise, ensuring you stay on track. Evening reviews allow you to celebrate what you accomplished, acknowledge what didn't get done, and prepare for tomorrow. This cycle of planning, acting, and reviewing creates a continuous loop of improvement. Waking up early also opens time for personal development activities, such as reading, meditation, or exercise. These practices sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, and nourish your spirit. Starting your day with growth-oriented habits builds resilience and positivity that carry through every challenge. Avoid the temptation to hit the snooze button. Each time you delay your wake-up, you train your mind to resist discipline. Instead, get up immediately and remind yourself of the purpose behind your early rising. Remember that this habit is an investment in yourself and your future. Prepare the night before to make waking up easier. Set out your clothes, prepare your breakfast, and have your planner ready. Reducing morning decisions lowers friction and keeps you focused on what matters. The less your brain needs to handle upon waking, the more energy you have to execute your plan. Respect your sleep by ensuring you get enough rest to feel refreshed. Waking early is not about shortening your sleep, but about managing your schedule to allow for both quality rest and productive morning hours. Prioritize bedtime with the same care as waking time. Cultivate gratitude in your early morning moments. Reflect on 3 things you appreciate or feel thankful for. Gratitude rewires your brain toward positivity and reduces stress. This emotional foundation supports clear thinking and sustained motivation. Use the early hours to visualize your day going well. Picture yourself completing your priorities with ease and confidence. Visualization programs your brain for success and reduces anxiety. It creates a mental blueprint that guides your actions naturally. Turn off or silence all unnecessary notifications during your morning work sessions. The early morning is too valuable to waste on interruptions. Protect this time fiercely as a sacred zone where you build your future. Find accountability partners or join groups who share your commitment to waking early and planning. Community support increases motivation and provides encouragement when discipline wanes. Sharing your progress and challenges builds connection and strengthens resolve. Remember that the habit of waking early and planning intentionally compounds over time. It may feel difficult at first, but each day it becomes easier and more rewarding. This habit shapes your identity as a person who controls their time rather than being controlled by it. Stay flexible but firm. Life will throw unexpected demands your way. Adapt your schedule when necessary, but always return to your core habit of morning planning. Flexibility without discipline leads to chaos. Discipline without flexibility leads to rigidity. Celebrate your progress without waiting for perfection. Every day you wake up early and plan is a victory. Recognize these wins to build momentum and confidence. Let success feed your motivation rather than relying solely on willpower. If you miss a morning or falter, avoid harsh judgment. Learn from the experience and recommit immediately. Growth is a process of continuous correction, not flawless performance. The key is to get back on track as soon as possible. Approach your early mornings with curiosity and openness. Experiment with different routines, times and planning methods to find what works best for you. Personalize your habit to fit your unique rhythms and goals. Link your early morning habit to a larger purpose. When you connect waking early and planning with your life's mission, the habit gains emotional power. It becomes not just a task, but a meaningful expression of who you are becoming. Take care of your physical environment to support your morning habit. A clean, organized space reduces resistance and promotes calm. Design a morning ritual that feels welcoming and energizing. Use technology-wise apps and tools can help you plan and track your progress, but avoid distractions that pull you away from focus. Use timers and reminders to maintain structure without losing presence. Recognize that waking early and planning your day is a skill that requires practice and patience. Approach it with compassion for yourself and persistence. This habit is one of the most powerful investments you can make in your success and well-being. By committing to waking early and planning your day intentionally, you create a rhythm of purposeful action. This rhythm builds momentum, sharpens focus, and frees you from reactionary living. You gain control over your time and direction, and open the door to sustained success and fulfillment. Chapter 3. Control your money and track every single expense. Taking control of your money and tracking every single expense is one of the most empowering actions you can take toward building lasting wealth and financial freedom. It starts with awareness. Without knowing exactly where your money goes, it's impossible to make wise decisions about how to save, invest, or grow your resources. Many people avoid looking closely at their spending because it can be uncomfortable or overwhelming. But this avoidance only leads to lost opportunities and unnecessary stress. Mastery over money begins with honest observation and disciplined tracking. Tracking your expenses means recording every dollar you spend, no matter how small. This practice creates a clear picture of your financial habits. When you see exactly how your money flows, patterns emerge, both good and bad. These insights are crucial because they give you the power to change what isn't working and reinforce what supports your goals. Without tracking, you're essentially managing your money blindfolded. Start by choosing a method that fits your lifestyle. It could be a simple notebook, a spreadsheet, or a smartphone app designed for budgeting. The key is consistency and ease of use. The tool itself is less important than your commitment to recording every expense immediately and accurately. Waiting until the end of the day or week often leads to forgotten transactions or inaccuracies. As you track, categorize your spending, separate necessities such as housing, food, and utilities from discretionary purchases like dining out, entertainment, or shopping. This categorization helps you identify areas where you might be overspending and opportunities for cutting back. It also helps you allocate resources toward your priorities rather than impulse buys or habits that don't serve your long-term goal. Controlling your money is about more than tracking. It requires conscious decision-making aligned with your values and objectives. Once you understand your spending patterns, set clear limits for each category. Create a budget that reflects your priorities and constraints, but don't think of it as a punishment or restriction. Instead, see it as a roadmap that directs your money where it matters most and supports your future success. Regularly reviewing your spending versus your budget keeps you accountable. A weekly or monthly check-in allows you to assess progress and make necessary adjustments. If you find yourself exceeding limits in one category, investigate why. Was it a planned purchase, an emergency, or a moment of weakness? Understanding the cause helps you develop better strategies to stay on track moving forward. One of the most powerful benefits of tracking expenses is the way it changes your relationship with money. When you see exactly where your money goes, you become more mindful and intentional with your spending. You start asking yourself before every purchase, does this align with my goals? Is this the best use of my money right now? This pause creates space for better choices and reduces regretful spending. Saving money becomes easier when you control your expenses because you eliminate waste and redirect funds toward your goals. Even small daily savings add up significantly over time. Tracking reveals these small leaks, like daily coffee runs or subscription services you no longer use, that quietly drain your resources. Stopping these leaks creates a financial buffer that builds security and opportunity. Tracking expenses also protects you from debt accumulation. When you know how much you spend and where, you are less likely to overspend on credit or loans. It becomes easier to live within your means and avoid the stress and cost of debt. If you do have debt, tracking helps prioritize payments and develop a plan to eliminate it systematically. Investing in your financial education enhances your ability to control money wisely. Understanding basic concepts like interest rates, inflation, and compound growth empowers you to make smarter decisions. Tracking your expenses is just one part of a larger discipline that includes budgeting, saving, investing, and planning for the future. Automating some aspects of money management can improve discipline. Set up automatic transfers to savings or investment accounts. Schedule bill payments to avoid late fees and penalties. These systems reduce the chances of human error or forgetfulness, but they should complement, not replace, active tracking and review. Avoid emotional spending by recognizing triggers that lead to impulsive purchases. Stress, boredom, or social pressure can cause you to spend against your best interest. Awareness of these triggers combined with tracking helps you pause and choose differently. Developing emotional resilience around money is as important as managing the numbers. Use your tracked data to set realistic financial goals. Whether it's building an emergency fund, buying a home, or retiring early, clear goals combined with disciplined tracking create a path forward. Break large goals into smaller targets and allocate your budget accordingly. Seeing progress toward these goals in your expense records builds motivation and confidence. Transparency with partners or family members about money is vital. Share your tracking system and financial goals openly. Collaboration creates shared responsibility and prevents misunderstandings or conflict around money. When everyone is aware and involved, financial discipline becomes a shared value and practice. Celebrate milestones in your financial journey. When you successfully stick to your budget for a month or reach a savings goal, acknowledge it. Rewards reinforce positive habits and make the process enjoyable. Avoid celebrating by splurging. Instead, choose meaningful but cost-effective ways to honor your progress. Prepare for irregular expenses by planning ahead. Annual insurance payments, vehicle maintenance, or holiday spending can disrupt budgets if unplanned. Allocate funds monthly into separate savings for these expenses. Tracking your money helps you anticipate and manage these costs without stress. Regularly update your budget and tracking methods as your financial situation changes. Income fluctuations, new responsibilities, or shifts in priorities require adjustments. Staying flexible ensures your control over money remains effective and relevant. Avoid comparing your financial progress to others. Everyone's journey is unique. Focus on your own tracking data and goals. Comparison leads to unnecessary pressure or distraction. Mastery of money comes from internal discipline, not external competition. Remember that controlling money is ultimately about freedom. It frees you from anxiety, limits, and dependence. Tracking expenses is a daily exercise in reclaiming that freedom. It strengthens your ability to make deliberate choices and invest in what truly matters. Invest time in learning simple financial tools and principles. The more fluent you become, the more confident you will feel managing your money. This confidence reduces fear and empowers action. If you face setbacks or unexpected expenses, don't panic. Use your tracking records to understand the impact and adjust your plan. Resilience in money management comes from preparation and adaptability, not perfection. Build the habit of tracking into your daily routine. Choose a consistent time to update your records and review your spending. This discipline embeds control into your life and prevents lapses. Recognize that controlling money and tracking expenses is not about deprivation, but about empowerment. It gives you the freedom to direct your resources toward your dreams instead of reacting to financial chaos. Cultivate gratitude for the money you have and the ability to manage it. This mindset shifts your relationship with money from scarcity to abundance and fosters wise stewardship. When you take control of your money, you gain clarity on your values and priorities. This clarity guides not just spending, but all decisions, strengthening your overall life mastery. Commit to this practice with patience and persistence. Financial control is a skill developed over time. The effort you invest today compounds into greater security, opportunity, and peace of mind tomorrow. Through disciplined tracking and conscious control, you build a foundation of financial strength. This foundation supports every other habit that leads to lasting wealth and success. The clarity and confidence you gain empower you to move boldly toward your goals with fewer distractions and greater purpose. In the end, controlling your money and tracking every expense is a form of self-mastery. It is a daily act of respect for yourself and your future. This habit transforms money from a source of stress into a tool for freedom and growth. Embrace it fully, and your financial life will change in ways you never imagined possible. Chapter 4. Create a daily learning habit that never stops growing. Developing a daily learning habit that never stops growing is one of the most reliable ways to build lasting success and personal fulfillment. The world changes constantly, and the ability to adapt, grow, and expand your knowledge ensures that you remain relevant, capable, and confident no matter what challenges arise. Learning is not something reserved for formal education or special occasions. It is a lifelong process that, when embraced as a daily habit, creates an unstoppable momentum toward mastery and wisdom. A daily learning habit requires commitment and intentionality. It begins with the decision to dedicate time every single day to gaining new knowledge or improving a skill. Even 15 minutes of focused learning can produce remarkable results over weeks and months. The key is consistency, not quantity. Making learning part of your daily routine means that growth becomes natural and unavoidable. Choose learning materials that align with your goals and values. This ensures that the time you invest feeds directly into the person you want to become. Whether you are reading books, listening to podcasts, watching instructional videos, or attending seminars, focus on sources that challenge you and push your thinking forward. Avoid passive consumption and seek content that requires active engagement and reflection. Set clear learning objectives to guide your efforts. Without direction, learning can become random and ineffective. Define what you want to learn and why it matters. For example, if your goal is to improve leadership skills, your daily learning might focus on communication techniques, emotional intelligence, and decision-making frameworks. Clarity in your learning goals helps prioritize what to study and provides motivation to persist. Create a dedicated learning space and time to strengthen the habit. When your environment signals that it's time to learn, your brain prepares to absorb information more efficiently. Minimize distractions and make this time sacred. Protecting your learning time with discipline and respect cultivates deep focus and retention. Apply what you learn immediately. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. After each learning session, identify ways to implement new ideas or skills in your daily life or work. This bridges the gap between theory and practice and cements learning into lasting behavior change. Reflection on what you've learned also deepens understanding and reveals new questions worth exploring. Use a variety of learning methods to stimulate different parts of your brain and keep the process engaging. Mix reading with hands-on practice, discussions with mentors, and self-assessment. This diversity prevents boredom and accelerates mastery. Experiment with new approaches and stay curious about how different learning styles can serve you. Maintain a learning journal. Writing about what you discover each day clarifies thinking and creates a personal archive of progress. Recording insights, challenges, and applications helps identify patterns and fosters accountability. Reviewing past entries reinforces growth and highlights areas needing further attention. Challenge yourself with difficult materials. Growth happens outside comfort zones. Tackling complex subjects builds resilience and expands capacity. When content feels too easy, look for more advanced resources. This stretch mindset keeps your learning dynamic and exciting. Stay humble and open-minded. A daily learning habit requires the willingness to admit what you don't know and embrace new perspectives. Avoid the trap of assuming you've learned enough. Curiosity and openness are the lifeblood of continuous growth. Seek feedback regularly. Others' perspectives reveal blind spots and provide opportunities to refine your understanding. Engage with mentors, peers, or experts who can challenge your assumptions and push your development further. Constructive criticism is a gift, not a threat. Balance your learning between personal development and practical skills. Both aspects nourish your growth and effectiveness. Emotional intelligence, resilience, and mindset shape how you apply knowledge, while technical skills enhance your capability. Integrating these areas creates a well-rounded foundation for success. Prioritize quality over quantity. It is better to deeply understand a few key concepts than to superficially skim many. Focused study builds depth and mastery, which produce confidence and better results. Use technology to your advantage, but don't let it distract. Digital tools can provide vast learning resources at your fingertips, yet they also compete for your attention. Choose apps and platforms that support structured learning and limit distractions. Create a learning community. Sharing ideas and progress with others increases motivation and deepens understanding. Collaborative learning stimulates new insights and accountability. Seek groups or networks aligned with your interests and goals. Incorporate reflection time into your routine. Thinking critically about what you learn consolidates knowledge and connects new information with existing frameworks. Reflection nurtures wisdom rather than mere information accumulation. Be patient with yourself. Mastery takes time and repeated effort. Avoid frustration if progress seems slow. Every moment spent learning builds your capacity and brings you closer to your goals. Celebrate milestones in your learning journey. Recognize when you master a new skill or understand a challenging concept. Celebrations reinforce commitment and make growth enjoyable. Protect your learning time from interruptions. Guard this habit as fiercely as you would protect your health or relationships. Consistency is key to embedding learning as a natural part of your daily life. Adapt your learning focus as your goals evolve. Growth means change. Periodically reassess what knowledge and skills will serve you best moving forward. Flexibility keeps your learning relevant and impactful. Recognize that learning builds confidence. Knowledge reduces uncertainty and fear. Each new skill gained equips you to handle challenges with greater ease and creativity. Avoid passive consumption of information. Engage actively by taking notes, asking questions, and discussing ideas. Active learning transforms information into understanding and action. Commit to being a learner for life. This mindset fuels resilience and innovation. Those who stop learning risk stagnation and decline. Embrace mistakes as essential to learning. Errors reveal gaps and provide direction for improvement. Approach mistakes with curiosity and a problem-solving attitude. Cultivate curiosity daily. Ask questions and seek to understand the why behind things. Curiosity opens doors to unexpected opportunities and discoveries. Set realistic goals for your learning sessions. Avoid overwhelming yourself with too much at once. Sustainable habits come from manageable and enjoyable practices. Invest time in foundational knowledge before pursuing advanced topics. A strong base supports faster and deeper learning later. Use teaching as a tool for learning. Explaining concepts to others clarifies your understanding and exposes weaknesses. Stay organized with your learning materials and schedule. Organization reduces friction and keeps momentum strong. Guard against information overload. Prioritize what's most valuable and avoid distractions from irrelevant content. Remember that knowledge alone is not enough. Wisdom comes from applying and integrating learning into your life consistently. View challenges as opportunities to grow your learning habit. Difficult situations often reveal new needs and inspire deeper study. Balance learning with rest. The brain needs downtime to process and consolidate new information effectively. Track your learning progress. Use charts, journals, or apps to visualize growth. Seeing advancement motivates continued effort. Maintain a growth mindset. Believe your abilities can improve with effort and time. Respect the learning journey as a personal evolution. It shapes your identity and expands your potential. By cultivating a daily learning habit that never stops growing you, create a life of continuous improvement and adaptability. This habit becomes a source of strength, inspiration, and success no matter what changes or challenges come your way. Learning daily ensures you are always prepared to seize opportunities and create the future you desire. Chapter 5. Surround yourself with focused, discipline-driven people only. Choosing to surround yourself with focused, discipline-driven people is one of the most impactful decisions you can make for your personal and professional growth. The people around you influence your thoughts, habits, and ultimately your outcomes more than you might realize. When you are in the company of individuals who share your ambition and values, their energy and mindset elevate your own. Their presence holds you accountable, encourages you to push beyond limits, and provides valuable perspectives that sharpen your vision. Being around driven people creates an environment where high standards are the norm. It's difficult to settle for mediocrity when those closest to you consistently aim for excellence. Their example inspires discipline and focus, making these qualities feel natural rather than forced. This social atmosphere supports your commitment to daily progress and discourages distractions or excuses. Focused individuals prioritize what matters most. They understand the importance of saying no to distractions and maintaining clarity of purpose. Spending time with people like this helps you learn how to set boundaries and protect your energy. Their habits and routines serve as models that you can adapt to your own life. Driven people bring energy and determination into every interaction. Their passion is contagious and can reignite your own motivation during times of doubt or fatigue. Being part of such a community means you rarely face challenges alone. Instead, you gain encouragement and practical advice that help you overcome obstacles faster. These people are often solution-oriented. They approach problems with a mindset of finding answers rather than dwelling on difficulties. This constructive attitude fosters resilience and innovation. When you surround yourself with this kind of thinking, it becomes easier to adopt a positive outlook and proactive approach in your own life. Discipline is a key trait of successful people. Those who are self-disciplined consistently follow through on commitments, even when motivation wanes. Their reliability creates trust and respect, setting a standard for how relationships and work get done. Being around disciplined individuals pushes you to cultivate the same reliability and integrity. Such people value growth and learning. They seek feedback, reflect on experiences, and are open to change. Their humility combined with ambition creates a powerful balance that drives continuous improvement. Engaging regularly with them challenges you to expand your own mindset and skill. Accountability naturally arises in groups of focused and driven people. When you share your goals and progress with others who care about their own success, you create a network of mutual responsibility. This accountability keeps complacency at bay and strengthens perseverance through setbacks. Choose friends, colleagues, and mentors who exemplify the qualities you want to develop. Seek those who have achieved results you admire or who demonstrate behaviors that align with your aspirations. Learning from their experiences accelerates your journey and provides real-world wisdom. Limit exposure to people who drain your energy or encourage negative habits. Toxic relationships, cynicism, or lack of ambition can subtly erode your motivation and self-belief. Protecting yourself from these influences preserves your mental clarity and focus. Engage actively with your circle by contributing value. Support others in their goals, share knowledge, and celebrate successes. This reciprocal dynamic creates a positive environment where everyone grows stronger and more committed. Attend events, workshops, or groups that attract focused and driven individuals. Expanding your network intentionally increases your chances of connecting with people who elevate your thinking and behavior. New relationships formed in these settings often lead to lasting collaborations and friendships. Observe how your peers manage their time and energy. Notice their habits around productivity, rest, and self-care. These observations offer practical lessons that can be integrated into your own routines for better balance and efficiency. Be willing to give honest feedback and receive it graciously. Open communication builds trust and fosters improvement. In groups of high achievers, constructive critique is welcomed as a tool for growth rather than criticism. Maintain a mindset of generosity rather than competition. Supporting others' success does not diminish your own. In fact, uplifting those around you creates a stronger community and multiplies opportunities for all. Evaluate your social circle periodically. People grow and change, and so should your relationships. Let go of connections that no longer align with your goals or values to make room for more supportive influences. Recognize that relationships require effort. Consistent engagement, empathy, and authenticity deepen bonds. Invest time and energy into cultivating meaningful connections that nurture your growth. Celebrate the achievements of those around you genuinely. Their success is proof of what is possible and a source of inspiration. Sharing joy strengthens relationships and motivates ongoing effort. Use the energy from your focused network to fuel your own action. When doubt creeps in, recalling their commitment and resilience can remind you of what's achievable. Be mindful of the influence you have on others. Strive to be the kind of person who inspires discipline, focus, and drive. Your example can attract like-minded individuals and contribute positively to your community. Understand that surrounding yourself with driven people is not about competition, but collaboration. Together, you create momentum that is difficult to achieve alone. This collective energy amplifies individual efforts and accelerates success. When faced with challenges, lean on your network for support and advice. Shared wisdom and encouragement provide strength and new perspectives, helping you navigate obstacles more effectively. Cultivate gratitude for the people who positively impact your journey. Acknowledging their role deepens connections and fosters a supportive environment. Balance your ambition with empathy. Recognize that everyone's path is unique, and supporting others includes respecting their pace and challenges. Seek mentors who have walked the path before you. Their guidance can prevent costly mistakes and open doors to new opportunities. Learning from experience is invaluable. Avoid gossip, negativity, or distraction in your social groups. Keep conversations focused on growth, solutions, and positive outcomes. This focus nurtures a productive atmosphere. Invest in your communication skills. Clear, honest, and respectful interactions strengthens relationships and ensures mutual understanding. Recognize that surrounding yourself with focused, discipline-driven people elevates every aspect of your life. It shapes your mindset, habits, and possibility. This environment creates a powerful foundation for sustained success and fulfillment. Commit to actively building and nurturing this circle. Your success depends on the quality of your relationships as much as your individual effort. In time, this habit transforms your reality. You become the person you spend the most time with. By choosing wisely, you set yourself on a path of continuous growth, resilience, and achievement. Chapter 6. Take full responsibility for everything in your life. Taking full responsibility for everything in your life is the cornerstone of true empowerment and transformation. It means owning every aspect of your reality without excuses or blame. When you accept complete responsibility, you reclaim control over your choices, actions, and outcomes. This mindset shifts you from being a passive victim of circumstance to an active creator of your future. Responsibility is not about guilt or punishment, but about freedom. The freedom to shape your life intentionally. Owning your life begins with acknowledging that every result, good or bad, originates from your decisions. Even when external factors influence your situation, how you respond defines your path forward. This understanding eliminates the destructive habit of blaming others or circumstances. It replaces helplessness with proactive problem-solving and growth. Taking responsibility demands honesty with yourself. It requires looking inward to identify how your beliefs, habits, and attitudes contribute to your current state. Self-awareness is essential because change starts with recognizing what you can control. This may be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for meaningful progress. This mindset requires rejecting the need for excuses. Excuses undermine your power by shifting focus away from action and onto justification. They create a false sense of relief but keep you stuck. When you eliminate excuses, you open the door to solutions and possibilities. Full responsibility means accepting accountability for your emotions and reactions. No one else controls how you feel or respond. You choose your mindset and that choice affects every decision and interaction. Mastering this control over your inner world strengthens resilience and emotional intelligence. Commitment to responsibility also involves learning from mistakes without self-condemnation. Errors are inevitable but valuable teachers. Instead of blaming yourself or others, analyze what went wrong and how to improve. This approach transforms setbacks into stepping stones for growth. Taking responsibility extends to your relationships. It means owning your role in conflicts, communication, and connection. Blaming others only fractures relationships. Owning your part allows for repair, understanding, and deeper bonds. Financially, responsibility means managing your resources wisely and acknowledging how past decisions affect your present. It empowers you to create a budget, save, invest, and plan for the future. Taking charge of your finances reduces anxiety and builds security. Health is another vital area of responsibility. You decide how to nourish your body, exercise, and rest. While genetics and circumstances play a role, your daily choices largely determine your well-being. Embracing this responsibility improves vitality and longevity. Professional success depends heavily on owning your work ethic, learning, and growth. Waiting for opportunity without preparation or effort wastes potential. Taking responsibility drives you to develop skills, seek feedback, and pursue excellence. This mindset also means facing uncomfortable truths and making difficult decisions. Growth requires sacrifice and discipline. It's easier to avoid responsibility, but that only prolongs dissatisfaction. Courage to face reality empowers you to make changes that align with your goals. Taking responsibility requires setting clear boundaries and saying no to distractions or influences that derail your progress. You control what you allow into your life. Protecting your time and energy is a vital act of responsibility toward yourself. It means actively seeking solutions rather than dwelling on problems. When faced with challenges, focus on what you can do rather than what's wrong. This constructive approach builds confidence and momentum. Responsibility involves continual learning and adapting. Life changes constantly, and you must adjust strategies accordingly. Stubbornness or denial limits growth. Embracing responsibility keeps you flexible and open to improvement. Practicing responsibility strengthens self-trust. Every choice you make in alignment with your values builds confidence in your judgment. This trust fuels decisive action and reduces doubt. Taking responsibility also includes nurturing your mental and emotional health. Recognize when you need support and seek help proactively. Responsible self-care is not selfish, but essential for sustainable success. When you accept full responsibility, you eliminate victim mentality and create a mindset of abundance. You see challenges as opportunities to learn and expand, rather than obstacles to defeat. This outlook fosters resilience and optimism. It encourages a proactive approach to goal setting. You don't wait for conditions to be perfect or for others to act first. Instead, you initiate action and persist despite uncertainty. This mindset fosters integrity. You keep promises to yourself and others because you own your commitments. Integrity builds respect and strengthens relationships. Taking responsibility means embracing patience and persistence. Progress often comes slowly, and setbacks occur. Owning your journey means staying committed through ups and downs without blaming external factors. It also means recognizing your influence on others. Your choices affect those around you. Responsible individuals lead by example and inspire others to take charge of their lives. This perspective transforms challenges into opportunities for self-mastery. Difficult situations test your character and reveal areas for growth. Taking responsibility means meeting these tests with courage and learning. It encourages reflection and self-evaluation. Regularly assess your actions and results honestly. This habit drives continuous improvement and prevents complacency. Taking responsibility empowers you to create meaningful change rather than reacting passively. It builds a sense of purpose and direction grounded in your own efforts. This mindset strengthens your ability to handle criticism. Instead of becoming defensive, you evaluate feedback for its usefulness and make adjustments as needed. It fosters gratitude for your ability to choose and act. Recognizing this power cultivates humility and appreciation for life's possibilities. Taking responsibility means owning your story without shame or denial. You accept your past and use it as a foundation for growth, not as a burden. It encourages setting realistic expectations. You recognize limits but focus on what's achievable through effort and perseverance. This mindset reduces stress and anxiety because you focus on what you can control rather than worrying about the uncontrollable. It enhances decision-making by basing choices on clear values and accountability rather than external pressure or fear. Taking responsibility creates freedom from blame and resentment. These emotions consume energy and distract from progress. It fosters self-respect and dignity because you honor your ability to lead your life consciously. This perspective supports balanced living by aligning actions with long-term goals and well-being, rather than short-term impulses. Taking responsibility requires daily practice and reflection. It's a lifelong commitment to owning your life fully. It strengthens your resilience because you approach setbacks as manageable and within your power to overcome. This mindset deepens your relationships by fostering honesty, trust, and mutual respect. Taking responsibility encourages a growth mindset focused on solutions, learning, and self-improvement. It aligns your actions with your highest purpose, creating a fulfilling and authentic life. This habit is the foundation for all other success principles because it puts you in the driver's seat. When you truly take full responsibility for everything in your life, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for change and start creating. You build character, strength, and wisdom through ownership. This mindset is freedom in its purest form because it places your destiny firmly in your hands. Chapter 7. Eliminate distractions and protect your focus every day. Eliminating distractions and protecting your focus every day is essential for achieving meaningful progress and deep fulfillment. In a world filled with endless notifications, interruptions, and noise, maintaining concentration on what truly matters requires deliberate effort and strong boundaries. Focus is not a passive state, but an active skill that must be cultivated and guarded continuously. The first step to protecting focus is understanding what distracts you most. These distractions often come disguised as harmless breaks or necessary tasks, but they fragment your attention and drain your mental energy. Common culprits include social media, excessive multitasking, unplanned interruptions, and a cluttered environment. Identifying these is the foundation for creating a distraction-free space. Create a physical environment that supports concentration. Organize your workspace to be clean, minimal, and inviting. Remove unnecessary items that pull your attention away. A tidy space signals to your brain that it's time to focus, reducing mental clutter. Consider natural light, comfortable seating, and tools arranged for easy access to enhance your ability to stay engaged. Establish clear priorities before starting your work. Knowing exactly what requires your attention helps prevent drifting into less important activity. Set specific goals for each session and break them into manageable tasks. This clarity focuses your energy and creates a sense of purpose that counters distraction. Use time-blocking techniques to allocate dedicated periods for focused work. During these blocks, commit fully to the task at hand without switching to other activities. Treat these periods as non-negotiable appointments with yourself. The discipline to honor these blocks strengthens over time and increases productivity significantly. Manage technology mindfully. Turn off non-essential notifications on your devices. Use apps or features that limit access to distracting websites during work sessions. Technology can be a powerful tool, but often becomes the biggest source of distraction if uncontrolled. Setting digital boundaries allows you to harness technology rather than being controlled by it. Limit multitasking. Trying to juggle several tasks at once reduces efficiency and increases errors. Focus on one task fully before moving to the next. Single tasking deepens concentration and improves the quality of your work, saving time in the long run. Create rituals that signal the start and end of focused work time. This might include a short meditation, a few deep breaths, or organizing your desk. Rituals condition your mind to enter a state of concentration and prepare it to disengage afterward. Consistency in these cues builds a strong mental habit of focus. Set boundaries with others regarding your availability. Communicate clearly when you need uninterrupted time. Use tools like status indicators or do not disturb signs to reinforce these boundaries. Protecting your focus from external interruptions is vital to maintaining momentum and deep work. Practice mindfulness to improve your attention span. Training your mind to observe distractions without reacting strengthens your ability to return quickly to the task. Mindfulness exercises reduce mental fatigue and enhance clarity, making it easier to sustain focus over extended periods. Take regular breaks strategically. Short, timed breaks between focused sessions refresh your mind and prevent burnout. Use this time to move, hydrate, or breathe deeply rather than engage in other distracting activities. Intentional breaks enhance overall concentration and stamina. Evaluate and adjust your routines regularly. Notice when and where distractions most frequently occur and implement new strategies to address them. Adaptability keeps your focus protection methods effective as circumstances change. Develop self-discipline by setting personal rules for distraction management. Commit to these rules daily and hold yourself accountable. Over time, self-discipline transforms into an automatic habit that supports your goals effortlessly. Use visual reminders of your priorities and purpose. Keeping your goals visible anchors your attention and motivates you to resist distractions. Visual cues act as a compass directing you back to what truly matters. Limit decision fatigue by simplifying choices related to your work environment and tools. Reducing unnecessary decisions frees mental energy for focus. Standardize routines, minimize options, and prepare in advance to streamline your workflow. Guard against mental distractions like worry, doubt, or wandering thoughts. When they arise, acknowledge them briefly and refocus gently. Techniques such as journaling or scheduled worry time can prevent these thoughts from hijacking your attention during work. Build resilience to distractions by gradually increasing your focus duration. Start with shorter sessions and extend them as your concentration improves. This progressive approach strengthens your mental stamina without overwhelming you. Recognize that distractions often signal underlying needs like boredom, fatigue, or overwhelm. Addressing these causes proactively reduces the temptation to divert attention. Rest, variety in tasks, and stress management support sustained focus. Cultivate gratitude for your ability to concentrate and complete tasks. Positive feelings about your work enhance engagement and reduce susceptibility to distractions. Celebrating small achievements fuels motivation and focus. Share your focus goals with supportive peers or mentors. Accountability partners can encourage your efforts and provide tips to overcome common challenges. External support reinforces your commitment to protecting your attention. Limit exposure to multitasking environments when possible. Choose quiet spaces, use noise-canceling headphones, or work remotely to minimize external interruptions. Environmental control is a powerful ally in sustaining focus. Avoid overloading your schedule with back-to-back tasks. Allow buffer time between activities to reset your attention. Overscheduling leads to rushed work and increased distraction as your mind struggles to keep pace. Use positive self-talk to reinforce your focus intentions. Remind yourself of the benefits of concentrated effort and your capability to maintain it. Affirmations strengthen mental resolve and reduce negative thoughts that disrupt attention. Incorporate movement and physical activity into your daily routine. Exercise improves brain function and concentration. Even brief periods of activity during breaks refresh your mind and body, preparing you for renewed focus. Recognize and celebrate moments of deep focus. Reflect on how being fully engaged improves your results and satisfaction. This awareness reinforces your desire to protect focus consistently. Avoid binge consumption of entertainment or social media before work sessions. These activities stimulate the brain in ways that make returning to focus tasks harder. Instead, choose calming or purposeful pre-work routine. Prioritize sleep and nutrition as foundational elements for concentration. Fatigue and poor diet severely impair attention and mental clarity. Investing in your physical health supports your cognitive performance. Be patient and compassionate with yourself during this process. Building strong focus habits takes time and practice. When distractions occur, gently redirect your attention without self-judgment. Remember that eliminating distractions is a continuous journey. New challenges arise as technology and environments evolve. Staying vigilant and proactive ensures your focus remains protected. Through dedicated practice of these strategies, your ability to concentrate strengthens profoundly. This focus enables higher quality work, faster progress, and greater satisfaction in your achievement. Protecting your attention daily creates a powerful foundation for success and personal mastery. Chapter 8. Build routines that serve your energy and purpose. Building routines that serve your energy and purpose transforms the way you live and work. When your daily habits align with your deepest goals and respect your natural rhythms, you create a sustainable foundation for achievement and well-being. Instead of forcing yourself into generic schedules, crafting personalized routines optimizes your energy, sharpens your focus, and fuels motivation. Understanding your unique energy patterns is the first step. Everyone experiences fluctuations in alertness and productivity throughout the day. Some people are naturally sharper in the morning. Others thrive in the afternoon or evening. Paying attention to when you feel most energized allows you to schedule demanding tasks during those peak periods. Aligning work with your energy cycle enhances effectiveness and reduces burnout. Purpose must be at the core of your routines. Every action you take daily should contribute to a larger vision you care deeply about. Without this connection, routines become meaningless chores that drain enthusiasm. Defining your purpose clarifies priorities and empowers you to design habits that move you closer to your goals. Start by identifying key activities that directly support your purpose and contribute the most value. These might include focused work sessions, exercise, skill development, or meaningful relationships. Prioritize these activities and build your routine around them, rather than letting distractions or low-impact tasks fill your time. Consistency matters more than perfection. Building routines is about creating repeatable, reliable patterns that become second nature. Begin with small, manageable habits that fit smoothly into your day. Gradually increase intensity or duration as these habits strengthen. This approach prevents overwhelm and fosters lasting change. Routines should balance productivity with restoration. Energy isn't endless, and sustainable success requires rest and recovery. Incorporate breaks, relaxation, and sleep into your schedule intentionally. Recognizing that downtime is productive in its own way supports mental clarity and resilience. Adapt routines to changing circumstances. Life is dynamic, and rigid schedules can become obstacles. Regularly review and adjust your habits to remain aligned with your current goals and energy level. Flexibility ensures your routines serve you rather than control you. Use triggers and cues to anchor your habits. These might be specific times, locations, or preceding actions that signal it's time to begin a routine. Consistent cues create strong neural pathways that make habits automatic and effortless over time. Integrate rituals that reinforce your purpose. These can be brief moments of reflection, gratitude, or visualization that connect daily actions to your bigger vision. Rituals deepen motivation and maintain clarity amid busy days. Eliminate unnecessary decisions by standardizing parts of your routine. Simplify choices about what to eat, where, or how to start your day. Reducing decision fatigue preserves mental energy for important tasks and sustains focus. Account for your personal preferences in your routine design. For example, if you dislike mornings, don't force yourself into early wake-ups, but find other ways to maximize productivity. Tailoring habits to your nature makes them easier to maintain. Incorporate movement and physical care into daily habits. Exercise, stretching, and mindful breathing energize the body and mind. These practices enhance stamina and focus, supporting all other routines. Leverage technology thoughtfully to support your routine. Use reminders, trackers, or apps that reinforce habits without causing distraction. Avoid over-reliance on digital tools that fragment attention. Build accountability mechanisms. Share your routine goals with trusted friends or mentors who encourage consistency and provide feedback. Accountability strengthens commitment and creates a supportive environment. Celebrate progress regularly. Recognizing small wins boosts morale and reinforces the value of your routines. Positive reinforcement accelerates habit formation and deepens satisfaction. Prepare for challenges proactively. Identify situations that disrupt your routines and plan strategies to navigate them. This foresight reduces setbacks and maintains momentum. Practice patience and kindness toward yourself. Developing new routines takes time and effort. When you encounter lapses, view them as learning opportunities rather than failures. Compassion sustains motivation and prevents discouragement. Visualize how your routines contribute to your future success. Connecting daily habits with long-term aspirations fosters discipline and endurance. Combine routines that enhance mental, emotional, and physical well-being. A holistic approach ensures balanced growth and prevents burnout. Limit multitasking within your routines. Focus on completing one habit or task fully before moving to the next to maximize effectiveness. Use journaling to track your routines and reflect on their impact. Writing clarifies progress, reveals patterns, and highlights areas for adjustment. Incorporate learning moments into routines. Dedicate time to growth activities such as reading, practicing skills, or seeking feedback. Align your environment with your routines. Organize spaces to support habit execution, minimize distractions, and create positive associations. Engage your senses to reinforce routines. Use scents, sounds, or visuals that promote focus, calm, or energy appropriate to the task. Build routines that include moments of social connection, aligned with your purpose. Meaningful interactions energize and support your journey. Recognize that routines are the architecture of your life. Thoughtful design transforms them into tools of empowerment and freedom. Experiment regularly to discover what works best. Being curious and open to change ensures your routines remain effective and engaging. Guard against rigidity. While consistency is important, allow room for spontaneity and creativity within your structure. Understand that routines free mental space by automating decision-making. This clarity enables you to focus on complex problems and creative thinking. Embrace accountability to your future self. Let your routines reflect the respect and care you owe to the person you are becoming. Integrate rest days or lighter routines to recharge. This balance sustains enthusiasm and prevents exhaustion. Use positive language about your routines. Framing habits as acts of self-care and purpose reinforces commitment and joy. Practice mindfulness within routine. Being fully present during habitual actions increases satisfaction and effectiveness. Recognize when routines no longer serve your growth and have the courage to change them. Continuous evolution keeps your life aligned with your highest potential. Build routines that nurture gratitude and positivity. These emotions enhance motivation and deepen fulfillment. Design your routines to be enjoyable as well as productive. Pleasure in daily habits fuels sustainability. Prioritize routines that support your core values. Alignment creates integrity and peace of mind. Surround routines with supportive cues and reminders. Visual prompts and alarms reinforce habit formation. Maintain a growth mindset about routines. View them as experiments in optimizing your life rather than rigid obligations. Celebrate your evolving identity shaped by your routines. Each habit contributes to the person you are becoming. By intentionally building routines that serve your energy and purpose, you create a powerful engine for success and happiness. These routines shape your days, fuel your progress, and deepen your connection to what matters most. Over time, they become the solid foundation that supports every achievement and fulfillment you seek. Chapter 9. Speak with clarity, confidence, honesty, and long-term vision. Speaking with clarity, confidence, honesty, and long-term vision is a powerful habit that shapes your influence and success. How you communicate reveals not only what you think, but who you are and where you intend to go. When your words are clear, you eliminate confusion and build trust. Confidence in your speech demonstrates self-assurance that inspires others to believe in you. Honesty roots your message in authenticity and integrity, strengthening your credibility. Infusing long-term vision into your communication aligns your conversations with meaningful purpose and future goals. Clarity begins with knowing exactly what you want to say. This requires thoughtful preparation and focus. Avoid vague or ambiguous language that clouds your message. Use simple, direct words that everyone can understand. Clear communication saves time, reduces misunderstandings, and builds respect. Before speaking, consider the main point you want to convey and stick to it. This precision reflects respect for your listeners and yourself. Confidence in speech comes from preparation and belief in your ideas. When you know your subject and trust your perspective, your words carry weight. Practice expressing your thoughts aloud to strengthen fluency. Avoid filler words and uncertain tones like maybe, I think, or I'm not sure. Instead, speak with steady volume and deliberate pace. Confident communication creates a positive impression and opens doors. Honesty requires courage to be truthful even when it feels uncomfortable. Transparent speech builds deep trust and meaningful connections. Avoid exaggerations, half-truths, or misleading information. If you don't know something, admit it openly rather than guessing. This authenticity invites respect and fosters open dialogue. People value genuine voices that stand firm in integrity. Long-term vision shapes your communication by connecting present conversations with future outcomes. When you speak with foresight, your words carry purpose beyond immediate gain. Express your values and goals clearly to inspire others to align with your journey. This forward-thinking approach demonstrates strategic thinking and commitment. Vision-driven speech motivates action and builds lasting relationships. Listening is a critical part of effective communication. Paying full attention to others shows respect and provides insight to respond thoughtfully. Clarify points by asking questions rather than assuming. This habit avoids miscommunication and deepens understanding. Active listening complements clear and confident speech by creating meaningful exchanges. Non-verbal cues support your spoken words. Maintain eye contact to convey sincerity and engagement. Use gestures naturally to emphasize key points without distracting. Your posture and facial expressions should align with your message. Incongruence between words and body language erodes trust. Practicing awareness of non-verbal signals strengthens overall communication. Tailor your speech to your audience. Consider their knowledge, interests, and concerns. Use language that resonates with them and addresses their needs. Adjust tone and formality accordingly. Effective communication adapts without losing authenticity. This flexibility broadens your impact and fosters connection. Avoid dominating conversations. Speak purposefully, but give space for others to share. Balanced dialogue encourages collaboration and respect. It also offers diverse perspectives that enrich your understanding. Polite turn-taking and thoughtful contributions mark skilled communicators. Prepare for difficult conversations by anticipating challenges and practicing calm responses. Address conflicts or disagreements with respect and focus on solutions. Avoid emotional reactivity that clouds judgment. Clear, honest, and confident speech during tough talks builds credibility and diffuses tension. Seek feedback on your communication style. Constructive criticism helps identify areas for improvement. Being open to learning demonstrates humility and a growth mindset. Regularly refining your speaking skills leads to greater effectiveness and influence. Incorporate storytelling to make your message memorable and relatable. Stories engage emotions and illustrate points vividly. Use real-life examples that align with your values and vision. Storytelling humanizes your communication and inspires action. Practice concise speaking. Avoid unnecessary details or tangents that dilute your message. Brevity respects others' time and enhances clarity. Focus on essential information that advances understanding and decision-making. Develop emotional intelligence to navigate conversations skillfully. Recognize your own emotions and those of others. Respond with empathy and patience. Emotional awareness strengthens connection and reduces misunderstandings. Use positive language to frame your ideas constructively. Even when addressing problems, focus on solutions and possibilities. Positive speech fosters optimism and motivates cooperation. Maintain consistency between your words and actions. Integrity arises from this alignment. Following through on promises made verbally builds trust and respect. Be mindful of tone. How you say something often matters more than what you say. Avoid sarcasm, judgment, or aggression. Aim for a calm, respectful, and encouraging tone that invites dialogue. Practice public speaking and presentation skills to build confidence and clarity. Regular exposure to speaking opportunities strengthens these abilities. The more you practice, the more natural and impactful your communication becomes. Manage anxiety through preparation and breathing techniques. Calm presence enhances your ability to speak clearly and confidently. Overcoming fear of speaking frees your potential. Use pauses effectively. Silence can emphasize points and give listeners time to absorb information. Avoid rushing through your message. Summarize key points to reinforce understanding and retention. Ending conversations or presentations with clear takeaways leaves a strong impression. Recognize cultural differences in communication styles. Being aware and respectful of diversity improves global and interpersonal interactions. Speak with gratitude when acknowledging contributions or feedback. Appreciation strengthens relationships and fosters goodwill. Set communication goals aligned with your personal and professional vision. Purposeful goals guide your development and daily practice. Reflect on your communication successes and challenges regularly. Self-assessment promotes continuous growth. Celebrate your progress in speaking with clarity, confidence, honesty, and vision. Acknowledge milestones to maintain motivation. Remember that effective communication is a lifelong skill that evolves with experience. Commitment to improvement deepens your influence and enriches your relationships. Speaking in this manner empowers you to lead, inspire, and build trust. It opens doors, resolves conflicts, and creates opportunity. Clarity, confidence, honesty, and long-term vision combined form a communication style that serves your highest purpose and fuels lasting success. Chapter 10. Invest in your mind more than you invest anywhere. Investing in your mind more than anywhere else is the most powerful and lasting commitment you can make in your life. Your mind is the engine behind every choice you make, every opportunity you seize, and every obstacle you overcome. When you prioritize growth and nourishment of your mental faculties, you equip yourself to face challenges with clarity, adapt to change with resilience, and innovate in ways that elevate your success. This investment begins with recognizing that knowledge and skills compound over time. The more you learn and practice, the richer your mental resources become. Unlike material possessions that depreciate or wear out, your intellectual and emotional capacities grow stronger and more valuable with consistent effort. This growth fuels confidence and independence. Allocating time daily for reading expands your understanding and sharpens your thinking. Choose books, articles, and resources that challenge your current perspective and deepen your expertise. Diverse input broadens creativity and problem-solving ability. Make reading a non-negotiable habit, even if it's just a few focused minutes each day. Beyond consuming information, reflect critically on what you learn. Don't accept ideas passively. Ask questions, compare viewpoints, and apply concepts to your life. This active engagement transforms information into wisdom and actionable insight. Develop skills deliberately through practice and training. Whether learning a new language, mastering a software tool, or improving communication, consistent effort refines your capabilities. Skill building creates opportunities and increases your value in any field. Cultivate curiosity. A curious mind seeks understanding and welcomes new experiences. This mindset keeps your mental landscape vibrant and prevents stagnation. Approach challenges as puzzles to solve rather than problems to avoid. Investing in your mind also means caring for mental health. Manage stress through mindfulness, meditation, or relaxation techniques. Mental clarity requires emotional balance. Prioritize sleep and nutrition as they directly impact cognitive function. Seek mentors and teachers who inspire growth. Learning from others' experience accelerates your development and helps avoid common pitfalls. Surround yourself with people who challenge and encourage your mental expansion. Practice writing regularly to clarify your thoughts and improve communication. Writing forces you to organize ideas logically and express them clearly. It strengthens memory and deepens understanding. Engage in discussions and debates with open-mindedness. Sharing perspectives and defending your ideas sharpens reasoning and builds confidence. Dialogue exposes blind spots and refines your beliefs. Limit passive consumption of media that offers little value or causes distraction. Prioritize content that enriches your knowledge and aligns with your goals. Curate your information sources carefully. Set clear learning objectives aligned with your long-term vision. This focus directs your efforts and prevents wasting time on irrelevant subjects. Goals create motivation and measure progress. Challenge yourself with complex problems or new fields. Stretching your mental capacity promotes neuroplasticity and creativity. Embrace discomfort as a sign of growth. Use technology wisely to support learning. Online courses, podcasts, and educational apps provide convenient access to expertise. Balance digital tools with deep work sessions free from interruptions. Apply what you learn consistently. Knowledge unused fades away. Practice integrates mental investment into real-world success. Teach others what you know. Teaching reinforces your understanding and uncovers gaps. It also builds leadership skills and expands your influence. Maintain a growth mindset. Believe that your intelligence and abilities can improve with effort. This outlook sustains motivation and resilience in the face of setbacks. Avoid complacency by continuously seeking new challenges and knowledge areas. Lifelong learning keeps your mind agile and adaptable. Reflect regularly on your intellectual growth and adjust your learning strategies. Self-awareness enhances efficiency and satisfaction. Value diverse learning experiences, including travel, cultural exposure, and hands-on activities. These broaden perspective and stimulate innovative thinking. Manage mental clutter by organizing information and prioritizing tasks. Clear mental space improves focus and creativity. Invest in emotional intelligence development. Understanding and managing emotions enhances decision-making and relationships. Practice mindfulness to stay present and improve cognitive control. This reduces distractions and improves memory. Develop problem-solving frameworks to approach challenges systematically. Structured thinking improves effectiveness and confidence. Celebrate milestones in your learning journey to maintain enthusiasm and acknowledge progress. Recognize that investing in your mind creates exponential returns in all areas of life, including career, relationships, and personal fulfillment. Understand that this investment requires patience and persistence. Growth is gradual but profoundly rewarding. Avoid shortcuts that promise quick fixes. Deep learning and skill mastery demand consistent effort and time. Balance intellectual pursuits with physical activity. A healthy body supports optimal brain function. Guard against information overload by focusing on quality over quantity. Depth matters more than breadth. Use journaling to track insights, questions, and reflections. Writing captures your evolving knowledge and supports retention. Engage in creative activities like art, music, or writing to stimulate different cognitive pathways. Build habits that prioritize mental growth, such as morning reading, dedicated study times, or learning groups. Practice gratitude for your ability to learn and grow. Appreciation nurtures a positive mindset and sustains motivation. Investing in your mind prepares you to lead with wisdom, innovate with confidence, and adapt with resilience. This investment is the foundation for lasting success and fulfillment. Your mind is your greatest asset. Nurture it with intention every day. Chapter 11. Master your emotions and never act from impulse. Mastering your emotions and never acting from impulse is one of the most transformative habits you can develop. Emotions are powerful forces that influence decisions, relationships, and overall well-being. When uncontrolled, they lead to regret, missed opportunities, and unnecessary conflict. However, when mastered, emotions become sources of clarity, motivation, and strength. Learning to observe feelings without being ruled by them allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react recklessly. The first step in mastering emotions is developing awareness. Pay close attention to your feelings as they arise. Notice physical sensations, thoughts, and urges associated with emotional experiences. This mindfulness creates distance between stimulus and response, giving you space to choose your actions deliberately. Impulsivity often results from unrecognized or overwhelming emotions. When emotions spike suddenly, they trigger automatic reactions aimed at relief or defense. These reactions might be yelling in anger, making rash financial decisions, or withdrawing from important conversations. Recognizing these emotional surges before acting breaks the cycle of impulsive behavior. Pause is a powerful tool. When an intense emotion surfaces, take a moment before responding. This brief break allows your rational mind to engage and assess the situation. Simple techniques, such as counting to 10, deep breathing, or stepping away physically, can create this pause. Over time, pausing becomes a natural habit that prevents regretful actions. Understanding the root causes of emotions enhances mastery. Emotions are signals pointing to underlying needs, values, or beliefs. For example, frustration may stem from unmet expectations or fear from uncertainty. Identifying these causes clarifies your experience and guides effective responses rather than emotional outburst. Develop emotional regulation skills through practices like meditation, journaling, or therapy. These activities increase emotional resilience and clarity. Meditation cultivates calmness and detachment from reactive urges. Journaling provides insight by externalizing feelings and patterns. Therapy offers tools and perspectives to navigate complex emotions. Reframe negative emotions to reduce their intensity. Instead of labeling anger as destructive, view it as a signal to address injustice or boundaries. Anxiety can be seen as preparation for challenges rather than paralyzing fear. Changing your interpretation shifts emotional energy into constructive channels. Communicate your emotions clearly and assertively. Expressing feelings calmly and honestly prevents build-up and misunderstandings. Use I statements to take ownership of your experience without blaming others. For instance, I feel concerned when deadlines are missed. Fosters dialogue rather than conflict. Set boundaries to protect emotional well-being. Saying no to toxic situations or people preserves your stability and focus. Boundaries are acts of self-respect that prevent emotional exhaustion. Defending your limits becomes easier with clarity and practice. Practice empathy towards others' emotions. Understanding their feelings improves relationships and reduces reactive conflicts. Empathy encourages compassionate responses that build trust and cooperation. Learn from emotional setbacks without self-criticism. Everyone struggles with impulse at times. Analyze what triggered the reaction and how to handle similar situations better in the future. This growth mindset fosters patience and continuous improvement. Cultivate patience as a cornerstone of emotional mastery. Patience allows you to tolerate discomfort and delay gratification without panic or frustration. It strengthens your ability to wait for thoughtful solutions rather than quick fixes. Develop healthy outlets for emotional energy. Physical exercise, creative expression, or social connection provide safe spaces to process feelings. These outlets prevent emotional buildup that leads to impulsive reactions. Avoid substances or behaviors that impair emotional control. Excessive alcohol, drugs, or compulsive habits weaken self-regulation. Maintaining clarity is essential for deliberate choices. Practice gratitude to shift focus from negative emotions to positive aspects of life. This mindset reduces emotional volatility and increases resilience. Build confidence in your ability to handle emotions through small successes. Each moment you choose calm over chaos reinforces your strength and self-trust. Understand that emotions are temporary waves that pass with time. This perspective reduces urgency and panic, allowing you to wait out intense feelings without reaction. Use visualization techniques to prepare for emotionally charged situations. Imagine yourself responding calmly and effectively. Mental rehearsal builds neural pathways that support real-life emotional control. Develop a support network of trusted individuals who can provide perspective and encouragement. Sharing emotions with empathetic listeners reduces isolation and impulsive decisions. Recognize signs of emotional overload, such as irritability, fatigue, or withdrawal. When these appear, prioritize rest and self-care to restore balance. Avoid avoidance or suppression of emotions. Denying feelings leads to accumulation and eventual eruption. Acknowledge emotions honestly and find constructive ways to express them. Practice self-compassion during emotional struggles. Being kind to yourself reduces shame and fear, which often trigger impulsivity. Compassion fosters healing and growth. Focus on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Redirect emotional energy toward actions that improve your situation. This shift empowers rather than paralyzes. Keep a journal of emotional triggers and responses to identify patterns. Awareness enables proactive strategies to manage difficult emotions. Use breathing techniques like box breathing or diaphragmatic breathing to calm the nervous system quickly. Controlled breath reduces physiological symptoms of stress and anger. Recognize the difference between emotion and behavior. Feeling anger is natural. Acting violently is a choice. This distinction empowers conscious decision-making. Practice grounding techniques to stay present when emotions escalate. Focusing on sensory input, such as feeling your feet on the ground or noticing sounds around you, anchors you in reality and reduces overwhelm. Develop emotional vocabulary to describe your feelings accurately. Precise language improves understanding and communication. Instead of vague, "I feel bad," specify, "I feel disappointed" or "I feel anxious." Reflect regularly on your emotional growth and celebrate progress. Acknowledge moments when you responded well to triggers and resisted impulse. Remember that mastering emotions is a lifelong process, requiring dedication and practice. Each day provides opportunities to strengthen this skill. When emotions are mastered, you gain freedom from reactive patterns that limit your potential. You act with intention and wisdom, rather than being swept away by temporary feelings. This mastery supports better decision-making, stronger relationships, and inner peace. It creates a foundation for success, built on discipline and self-awareness. Ultimately, controlling impulses preserves your integrity and reputation. Choosing responses aligned with your values builds respect from yourself and others. By committing to mastering your emotions and resisting impulsive actions, you cultivate resilience, clarity, and strength. This habit empowers every aspect of your life and propels you toward lasting achievement and fulfillment. Chapter 12. Work harder than excuses and smarter than noise. Working harder than excuses and smarter than noise is a mindset that separates those who achieve lasting success from those who settle for mediocrity. Excuses are the easy way out, the stories we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort or failure. Noise is the endless barrage of distractions and opinions that cloud judgment and dilute effort. To rise above these, you must commit to relentless work ethic, combined with focused intelligence. Excuses often stem from fear, laziness, or lack of clarity. They mask the real reasons behind inaction or poor results. Recognizing excuses requires brutal honesty with yourself. Whenever you feel tempted to justify why something can't be done, pause and ask, is this a fact or just a convenient story? Holding yourself accountable exposes excuses for what they are, barriers you create. Working harder means showing up consistently even when motivation wanes. It's about effort beyond the minimum, pushing through resistance and obstacles. Hard work is not mindless toil, but persistent action fueled by purpose. It means committing fully to your goals and refusing to quit when challenges arise. This dedication builds resilience and sharpens skills over time. Smarter work requires discernment about where to focus energy. Not all tasks produce equal value. Learn to identify high-impact activities that drive progress and eliminate or delegate low-impact busy work. Smarter work leverages planning, prioritization, and efficient methods to multiply results. It's about quality over quantity. Cutting through noise means filtering out distractions and irrelevant information. The world bombards us with endless messages, opinions, and temptations that pull attention away from what matters. Developing selective attention preserves mental clarity and focus. This discipline allows you to work with deeper concentration and avoid wasted effort. Combine hard work with strategic thinking. Identify goals clearly and create actionable plans. Break large tasks into manageable steps to avoid overwhelm. Use tools like time blocking and task batching to structure your day. These systems enhance productivity and reduce decision fatigue. Manage your environment to support focus and effort. Minimize interruptions by controlling your workspace and technology use. Establish boundaries that protect your working time from social media, unnecessary meetings, and noise. A conducive environment amplifies your ability to work hard and smart. Learn continuously to improve methods and adapt to change. Smart work demands evolving skills and strategies. Seek feedback, analyze results, and refine your approach regularly. Growth mindset fuels both effort and intelligence. Set realistic yet challenging deadlines. Time constraints create urgency that combats procrastination. Hard work done consistently within clear time frames accelerates progress. Build stamina gradually. Physical health and mental endurance support sustained effort. Regular exercise, nutrition, and sleep enhance energy levels and focus. Use failure as a teacher rather than an excuse. When results fall short, analyze what can be learned and adjust your approach. This perspective transforms setbacks into stepping stones. Surround yourself with peers who embody hard work and intelligent focus. Positive influence motivates and elevates your own standards. Avoid environments that encourage complacency or distraction. Celebrate small wins to maintain momentum and morale. Recognizing progress reinforces your commitment and energizes continued effort. Practice self-discipline daily. This skill is the backbone of working harder than excuses and smarter than noise. Discipline creates habits that persist beyond fleeting motivation. Limit multitasking to improve effectiveness. Single tasking allows deeper focus and higher quality outcomes. Use visualization to mentally rehearse working through challenges and distractions. Imagining success strengthens resolve and prepares you for real obstacles. Guard against burnout by balancing intense effort with recovery. Overwork without rest diminishes productivity and health. Embrace accountability by sharing goals and progress with trusted mentors or peers. External pressure strengthens your resolve to work diligently and wisely. Avoid perfectionism that stalls action. Focus on progress and continuous improvement instead of unattainable flawlessness. Apply the 80-20 principle by identifying the 20% of activities that produce 80% of your results. Concentrate your hard work on these critical tasks. Leverage technology tools to automate repetitive tasks and streamline workflows. This frees time for higher value work. Maintain curiosity to discover new approaches and innovations that increase efficiency. Track time spent on various activities to identify and eliminate wasted effort. Data-driven insight optimizes your work habits. Practice mindful breaks to refresh your mind and maintain peak focus during work sessions. Set clear boundaries between work and rest to protect mental energy and sustain motivation. Develop emotional regulation to resist excuses born from frustration or discouragement. Create a personal mission statement that anchors your hard work in meaningful purpose. Regularly review and adjust goals to ensure your efforts remain aligned with your evolving vision. Be adaptable to change course when smarter strategies emerge without losing momentum. Take responsibility for your results rather than blaming circumstances or others. This mindset fuels proactive effort. Use positive affirmations to reinforce confidence in your ability to work effectively. Prioritize tasks by urgency and importance, using tools like the Eisenhower matrix. Invest in skill development that increases your ability to work smarter. Practice gratitude for opportunities to work toward your goals. Appreciation fosters resilience and focus. Recognize that working harder than excuses means showing up when it's easier to quit. Working smarter than noise means tuning out the chatter that undermines your clarity and peace. Together, these principles form a powerful approach to success rooted in action and wisdom. This mindset empowers you to overcome obstacles, maximize potential, and achieve meaningful results. Commit to working harder than your excuses and smarter than distractions every day. This combination propels you beyond limitations toward your greatest achievement.
Chapter 30. Set boundaries that protect your time and values. Setting boundaries that protect your time and values is essential for living a focused and fulfilling life. Boundaries act as invisible lines that define what you are willing to accept and what you will not tolerate. They preserve your energy, maintain your integrity, and create space for what truly matters. Without clear boundaries, distractions, demands, and conflicting priorities can consume your time and pull you away from your goals and principles. The first step to establishing effective boundaries is understanding your priorities and core values. What matters most to you? What principles guide your decisions? When you have a clear sense of purpose, it becomes easier to recognize when something threatens that purpose. Boundaries are not arbitrary walls, they are deliberate choices aligned with your identity and vision. Once your values are clear, assess where your time currently goes. Track your daily activities honestly to identify areas where you feel stretched thin or resentful. These are often signs that your boundaries are weak or non-existent. Be willing to say no to commitments that do not serve your objectives or respect your principles. Saying no is a powerful act of self-respect and focus. Communicating your boundaries clearly and assertively is vital. People cannot respect limits they do not know. Use calm and direct language to express your needs and expectations. Avoid vague hints or passive behavior that invites misunderstanding. For example, if you need uninterrupted work time, inform colleagues or family members about your schedule and ask for their cooperation. Setting time boundaries means protecting your schedule from unnecessary interruptions and low-priority tasks. Use tools like calendars and timers to structure your day and honor designated blocks for important work, rest, and relationships. Defend these time blocks as you would any valuable asset. Treat time as your most finite resource, because it truly is. Digital boundaries are increasingly critical in today's connected world. Manage notifications, limit social media use, and create tech-free zones or hours. These practices reduce constant distractions and help you reclaim mental space. Technology should serve your goals, not enslave your attention. Emotional boundaries prevent others' moods and demands from overwhelming you. Recognize when people try to manipulate, guilt, or pressure you into actions misaligned with your values. Respond with firm but respectful refusal. Protecting emotional energy is necessary for maintaining clarity and peace. Physical boundaries involve your personal space and health. Prioritize rest, exercise, and nutrition without compromise. Create environments that support productivity and relaxation. Physical well-being is foundational to sustaining all other boundaries. Boundaries require consistency to be effective. Inconsistency invites boundary violations and weakens your stance. When you set a limit, enforce it every time regardless of discomfort or pushback. This persistence builds respect and clarity for both yourself and others. It's important to recognize that setting boundaries may initially cause tension or resistance. Not everyone will appreciate or accept your limits immediately. This discomfort is a natural part of establishing new dynamics. Stay committed to your values and remember that healthy boundaries ultimately improve relationships by fostering mutual respect. Boundaries also empower you to focus on what brings fulfillment. By removing distractions and non-essential demands, you create space for growth, creativity, and joy. This clarity accelerates progress toward meaningful goals. Evaluate boundaries regularly to adjust as your life and priorities evolve. Flexibility within firm principles allows for growth without sacrificing integrity. Boundaries are living agreements with yourself and others, not rigid rules. Practice self-awareness to notice when boundaries are being tested or ignored. Early recognition helps prevent escalation and protects your well-being. Teaching others to respect your boundaries involves modeling the behavior you expect. Show respect for their limits, and communicate openly. Healthy boundaries foster healthier connections.
Balance is key. Boundaries should protect you without isolating you. Maintain openness to collaboration and support while safeguarding your core needs. Use assertiveness training to develop skills in expressing boundaries confidently and respectfully. This skill increases your effectiveness and reduces anxiety about confrontation. Reflect on the consequences of weak boundaries, such as burnout, resentment, and lost opportunities. Use these reflections as motivation to strengthen your limits. Celebrate the freedom and control that come from successfully protecting your time and values. Each boundary set is a step toward mastery over your life. Boundaries guard your ability to say yes to what matters most. Without them, your yes loses meaning and power. Recognize that boundary setting is an ongoing practice requiring patience and courage. It is not a one-time act, but a daily commitment. Use affirmations to reinforce your right to set boundaries and honor your needs. Positive self-talk builds confidence in maintaining limits. Seek support from mentors or coaches to navigate challenging boundary situations. Guidance can provide perspective and strategies. Remember that respecting your own boundaries teaches others to respect you. It establishes your worth and dignity. Boundaries protect your mental health by reducing stress and overload. They create a sanctuary where you can recharge and think clearly. Practice saying no in low-stakes situations to build confidence for more significant boundary enforcement. View boundaries as a form of self-love and empowerment. They enable you to live authentically and with purpose. Avoid guilt over setting limits. Guilt often comes from others' expectations rather than your true need. Use clear consequences if boundaries are violated and communicate these calmly. Consistent enforcement maintains their integrity. Prioritize boundaries that protect your creative and productive time. Guarding these moments enhances output and satisfaction. Understand that strong boundaries support collaboration by clarifying roles and expectations. Approach boundary setting with kindness toward yourself and others. Compassion softens resistance and fosters cooperation. Trust that those who truly value you will respect your limits without resentment. Be patient with yourself as you learn to establish and maintain boundaries. Growth takes time and effort. Set boundaries around your consumption of news and social media to maintain mental peace. Use journaling to explore your feelings about boundaries and identify areas for improvement. Practice mindfulness to stay present and notice when your boundaries need reinforcement. Recognize that setting boundaries increases your influence by demonstrating self-control and respect. Each boundary you set empowers you to live aligned with your highest values and deepest goals. Protecting your time and values through boundaries is a foundational habit that sustains success, peace, and fulfillment throughout your life. Chapter 14. Review your progress weekly and adjust your actions. Reviewing your progress weekly and adjusting your actions accordingly is a crucial habit that propels consistent growth and meaningful results. Without regular reflection, it's easy to drift off course, repeat mistakes, or waste time on ineffective strategies. Setting aside intentional time each week to assess what's working and what needs change builds self-awareness and sharpens your focus for the coming days. The practice begins with creating a clear framework for review. This means defining specific criteria to evaluate your progress objectively. These criteria might include completed tasks, milestones reached, challenges faced, and lessons learned. When you measure concrete outcomes against your goals, you gain clarity on whether your efforts align with your vision. Honesty during review is essential. Resist the urge to gloss over shortcomings or justify failures. Instead, embrace a mindset of curiosity and learning. Ask yourself what went well and why. Identify what didn't go as planned and analyze root causes without self-blame. This balanced assessment empowers growth rather than guilt. Use your weekly review to celebrate achievements, no matter how small. Recognizing progress fuels motivation and confidence. It reminds you that effort produces results, reinforcing commitment to your goals. Gratitude for your own dedication nurtures a positive outlook that supports resilience. Adjusting your actions based on review insights is where transformation happens. If a strategy isn't delivering desired results, be willing to change course promptly. Flexibility is a sign of strength, not weakness. Clinging rigidly to ineffective plans wastes precious time and energy. Set new weekly priorities that reflect your review findings. Clear priorities prevent overwhelm and ensure you focus on what truly moves you forward. Breaking larger goals into manageable steps creates momentum and makes progress feel achievable. Track habits alongside results. Sometimes progress stalls because habits are inconsistent or misaligned. Use your review to evaluate whether daily routines support your objectives. Modify or replace habits that hinder success with ones that promote productivity and well-being. Keep your review sessions structured yet simple. Use tools like journals, planners, or digital apps to record reflections and action plans. Having a consistent format saves time and creates a valuable record of your journey. Reviewing past entries reveals patterns and growth over time. Engage emotionally with your review process. Reflect on how you felt throughout the week, energized, frustrated, focused, or distracted. Emotions provide clues about your motivation and mental state. Address emotional barriers that might undermine progress. Incorporate feedback from trusted mentors, peers, or coaches during review. External perspectives can highlight blind spots and offer fresh ideas. Constructive criticism is a resource for refinement and improvement. Avoid perfectionism in your reviews. The goal is progress, not flawlessness. Accept that setbacks and detours are part of growth. This mindset reduces anxiety and encourages honest reflection. Use your weekly review to renew your commitment to long-term goals. Revisiting your vision reminds you why daily effort matters. This connection fuels perseverance and resilience during tough times. Celebrate learning from mistakes. Analyze what each challenge teaches you about yourself, your methods, or your environment. This transforms setbacks into stepping stones for greater success. Stay accountable by sharing review outcomes with a partner or group. Accountability increases discipline and provides support. Reporting progress encourages consistency and honest assessment. Create space for creative problem-solving during review. Brainstorm new approaches or resources to overcome obstacles. Innovation often arises from thoughtful reflection and openness. Monitor time management effectiveness. Identify distractions or tasks that consume more time than they merit. Use this insight to optimize your schedule and protect focus. Evaluate your energy levels and productivity patterns. Adjust work times or break routines to match your natural rhythms. Aligning actions with energy maximizes efficiency. Use visualization during review to imagine successful completion of upcoming tasks. This mental rehearsal boosts confidence and prepares you for challenges. Set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound SMART goals for the next week. Clear goals guide focused action and simplify decision-making. Reflect on your mindset and beliefs. Notice any negative self-talk or limiting thoughts that surfaced. Replace them with empowering affirmations to support your progress. Review financial management and resource allocation. Ensure your spending and investments align with your priorities and goals. Celebrate balance achieved between work, rest, and relationships. Adjust if any area feels neglected to maintain holistic well-being. Use review insights to improve communication and collaboration with others. Strengthening relationships supports your personal and professional growth. Recognize signs of burnout or overwhelm early during reflection. Take preventive measures such as rest, delegation, or simplification to maintain sustainability. Experiment with different review techniques like SWOT analysis, mind mapping, or gratitude journaling to keep the process fresh and engaging. Keep a running list of lessons learned and best practices. Refer to this list to reinforce positive habits and avoid repeated errors. Remember that weekly reviews are not about judgment but growth. Approach each session with kindness toward yourself and curiosity about your experience. Allow flexibility in your plans to accommodate unexpected opportunities or challenges. Adaptability enhances resilience and keeps momentum. Use review time to reconnect with your values and purpose. Aligning actions with deeper meaning increases motivation and fulfillment. Maintain discipline to conduct reviews consistently even when you feel busy or tired. The investment in reflection pays dividends in clarity and effectiveness. Recognize that progress is rarely linear. Accept fluctuations and continue moving forward with patience and persistence. Commit to continuous improvement through regular assessment and adjustment. This dynamic process creates a powerful feedback loop for success. Develop the habit of setting weekly intentions during your review. Intentions focus your mind and energize your actions. Embrace transparency with yourself about where effort was lacking. This honesty opens the door for corrective action and renewed dedication. Use metrics or key performance indicators relevant to your goals to measure success objectively. Data-driven review supports informed decision-making. Track your personal growth, skills gained, and confidence built alongside tangible achievement. These internal markers are equally important indicators of progress. Incorporate moments of silence or meditation before review to center your mind and enhance clarity. Plan for potential obstacles in advance and develop contingency strategies during your review. Preparation reduces stress and increases control. Celebrate discipline and consistency as core strengths that your weekly reviews nurture. These qualities underpin all lasting achievement. Remember that adjusting actions based on review keeps you aligned with your highest potential and evolving circumstances. Trust that regular reflection empowers you to steer your life with intention rather than drift aimlessly. Weekly review is a tool for freedom. It frees you from repeating ineffective habits and frees your time and energy for what truly matters. Approach your review as a personal meeting with your best self, where honest conversation leads to growth. This practice cultivates wisdom, accountability, and momentum that accumulate into profound success over time. Commit to making weekly review and adjustment a cornerstone of your journey toward excellence and fulfillment. Chapter 15. Make every decision based on your future self. Making every decision based on your future self is a transformative habit that guides you to live with intention, discipline, and long-term vision. Often decisions are made impulsively, driven by immediate desires or pressures, without regard for how they affect the person you will become. Shifting your perspective to prioritize your future self helps align daily choices with your deepest goals and values, ensuring progress and fulfillment over time. To begin, imagine your future self as someone who embodies the qualities, achievements, and lifestyle you aspire to. This version of you is healthier, wiser, more successful, and at peace. Visualize how this future self thinks, acts, and makes decisions. Let this image serve as a compass for your present actions. When faced with choices, pause and ask, "What would my future self do?" This question helps you bypass fleeting impulses and consider the long-term consequences of your actions. It creates a mental gap between temptation and response, allowing reason and values to guide decisions. Making decisions for your future self requires self-awareness about what that future looks like. Define clear goals and ideals so you know what to strive for. Whether it's financial security, physical health, emotional balance, or personal growth, clarity about your future priorities sharpens your decision-making. Small daily choices add up significantly over time. Choosing to eat nourishing food, engage in exercise, invest time in learning, or save money builds a foundation for your future self's well-being. Conversely, neglecting these areas burdens your future with avoidable problems. Recognizing this cumulative effect motivates discipline in everyday habits. Avoid decision fatigue by creating routines and standards aligned with your future self's needs. For example, committing to a fixed bedtime supports mental clarity and energy tomorrow. Automating beneficial choices reduces the risk of succumbing to convenience or distraction. Weigh opportunities through the lens of your future self's best interest. Ask whether a social invitation, purchase, or work project advances your long-term goals or merely satisfies short-term desire. This practice refines your priorities and keeps you on track. Sometimes immediate discomfort or sacrifice is necessary for long-term gain. Remind yourself that your future self will thank you for resisting temptation today. This perspective provides strength during challenging moments when short-term gratification beckons. Build patience by recognizing that meaningful change often unfolds gradually. Trust in the process and maintain faith in the compound effect of your decisions over months and years. Consider the potential regrets your future self might have. Will skipping a workout or overspending cause frustration later? Anticipating regret strengthens motivation to make wiser choices now. Use journaling to reflect on decisions and their alignment with your future self. Writing clarifies thoughts, reveals patterns, and reinforces commitment to your vision. Create affirmations that reinforce your dedication to your future self's well-being. Phrases like, "I choose what benefits my future self," strengthen mental resolve. Seek accountability partners who encourage decision-making that honors your long-term goals. Sharing your vision and choices with supportive individuals enhances consistency. Practice gratitude for your ability to make conscious decisions that shape your destiny. Appreciation fosters a positive mindset that sustains effort. Develop emotional intelligence to recognize when feelings push you toward impulsive choices. Emotional awareness allows you to pause and redirect toward your future self's best interest. Limit exposure to influences that encourage short-term thinking or unhealthy habits. Protect your mental environment to support wise decision-making. Visualize the benefits your future self enjoys as a result of disciplined decisions. This positive imagery energizes and inspires persistence. Set reminders throughout your day to check in with your future self perspective. Regular mental cues keep this mindset active and effective. Understand that mistakes are inevitable. When you falter, learn from the experience without harsh judgment and recommit to your future self's priorities. Celebrate each decision that supports your long-term vision. Recognizing progress builds confidence and momentum. Incorporate decision-making frameworks that prioritize long-term value, such as cost-benefit analysis or pros and cons lists focused on future outcomes. Practice mindfulness to stay present yet connected to your future goals. Awareness strengthens intentional choices. Distinguish between needs and wants through the lens of your future self. Prioritize needs that sustain growth and stability. Prepare for difficult decisions in advance by considering future self implications. Planning reduces stress and improves outcomes. Recognize how habits influence decision-making patterns. Cultivate positive habits that naturally align with your future self. Avoid comparing your progress to others. Focus on your unique path toward your future vision. Balance flexibility with commitment. Adjust decisions as your future self's goals evolve, but maintain core values. Use setbacks as opportunities to reinforce your dedication to your future self's well-being. Build resilience by trusting your ability to make good decisions even under pressure. Keep learning to expand your awareness of choices and their long-term effects. Limit multitasking when making important decisions to maintain clarity and focus. Invest time in self-reflection to deepen understanding of your values and aspirations. Choose environments and relationships that support your future self's growth. Maintain humility and openness to feedback that helps refine your decision-making. Use physical reminders, such as notes or vision boards, to keep your future self top of mind. Recognize that every decision shapes your character and destiny. Take ownership of this power. Embrace the discipline required to consistently choose what benefits your future self. Trust that persistent alignment with your future self creates a fulfilling and successful life. Approach decision-making with courage, wisdom, and patience. Make every decision a deliberate step toward the future you desire and deserve. Chapter 16. Stay consistent with small actions that compound daily. Consistency with small actions that compound daily is the cornerstone of lasting success. The idea that tiny, deliberate efforts, when repeated over time, create massive results is simple yet profoundly powerful. It's not the grand gestures or overnight breakthroughs that build wealth, resilience, or personal growth. Instead, steady, focused actions, no matter how small, add up and transform your life in ways you can't immediately see but will clearly experience down the road. Every day presents countless opportunities to take steps toward your goals. Choosing to act consistently, even in minor ways, builds momentum that becomes unstoppable. This momentum propels you forward through challenges and setbacks that might otherwise derail you. The secret lies in recognizing that small habits are the building blocks of progress, and mastering these habits unlocks your potential. Starting small helps avoid overwhelm and builds confidence. When you focus on manageable tasks, it's easier to maintain motivation and avoid burnout. Success does not require giant leaps, but rather the patience and discipline to take the next small step, again and again. This repetition creates neural pathways in your brain that reinforce positive behavior, making it easier with time. Consistency nurtures trust with yourself. Each time you follow through on a commitment, no matter how tiny, you prove your reliability. This self-trust is crucial for tackling larger challenges because it creates a foundation of confidence and discipline. When you believe you can count on yourself, you develop resilience and a can-do mindset. Compound growth works like an invisible force multiplying your efforts. For example, reading just 10 pages every day leads to finishing dozens of books annually. Saving a small amount regularly builds substantial wealth over years. Exercising for a few minutes daily improves health significantly over time. These cumulative effects make consistent effort one of the most effective success strategies. Building this habit requires establishing a clear routine. Decide on specific daily actions tied directly to your goals. Make these actions non-negotiable parts of your day, like brushing your teeth. Consistency thrives on routine because it reduces the mental energy needed to decide when and how to act. Tracking progress helps reinforce consistency. Keeping a simple log or journal of daily actions creates accountability and motivation. Seeing a streak of completed tasks encourages you to maintain momentum and avoid breaking the chain. Flexibility matters too. Life can be unpredictable, and some days will be harder than others. On difficult days, scaling down actions instead of skipping them entirely preserves consistency. Even a fraction of effort counts toward compounding progress. Celebrate small victories regularly. Recognizing the power of these incremental gains strengthens commitment. This positive reinforcement keeps enthusiasm alive and transforms the journey into a rewarding experience rather than a chore. Visual reminders of your goals and actions keep you focused. Post-it notes, habit trackers, or vision boards serve as cues to engage in your daily habits. These reminders bring subconscious attention to your priorities. Accountability partners or groups increase consistency. Sharing goals and progress with others creates social pressure and support that makes sticking to habits easier. The encouragement and shared experiences motivate sustained effort. Mindset plays a crucial role. Embrace a long-term perspective and accept that meaningful results take time. Avoid the trap of seeking immediate gratification, which often undermines consistent behavior. Eliminate perfectionism to maintain consistency. Waiting for the perfect moment or flawless execution can cause procrastination. Progress matters more than perfection. Imperfect action, repeated daily, yields better results than sporadic perfection. Identify and remove barriers that hinder your small actions. Simplify your environment and routines to make habits easier to perform. For example, prepare workout clothes the night before or keep a book handy for reading. Develop resilience to setbacks. Missing a day or facing obstacles is normal. What matters is returning quickly to your routine without self-judgment. This bounce-back ability sustains long-term consistency. Connect your small actions to a larger purpose. Understanding how daily habits serve your bigger vision increases motivation and meaning. Purpose fuels persistence during challenging times. Use positive self-talk to reinforce your commitment. Remind yourself why consistency matters and celebrate your capability to stay on track. Affirmations strengthen mental resolve. Incorporate variety to prevent boredom. While consistency is key, occasional changes in how you perform actions keep engagement high. For example, vary your exercise routine or reading material. Schedule your small actions at the same time daily. Consistency in timing anchors habits more firmly and creates automaticity. The brain associates specific cues with the desired behavior. Reflect periodically on the impact of your daily actions. Notice improvements in skills, knowledge, health, or finances. This awareness inspires continued dedication. Practice patience with the slow pace of change. Trust that small efforts, compounded over months and years, lead to breakthroughs. Patience reduces frustration and maintains focus. Visualize the future you are creating through your consistent action. Imagining the benefits strengthens motivation and commitment to daily habits. Use technology wisely to support consistency. Habit tracking apps, reminders, and timers help maintain focus and measure progress. Balance discipline with self-compassion. Holding yourself accountable while forgiving occasional lapses creates a healthy mindset that fosters persistence. Invest in learning about habit formation to enhance your strategy. Understanding psychological principles helps build more effective routines. Prioritize consistency over intensity. Doing less but every day often outperforms occasional bursts of effort followed by inactivity. Recognize that consistent action builds character and self-mastery. The discipline cultivated spills into all areas of life, enhancing overall success. Set realistic goals for your daily action. Unrealistic expectations increase the risk of giving up. Small, achievable steps build confidence and momentum. Focus on process over outcome. Enjoying the journey of daily improvement sustains motivation more than fixating solely on results. Maintain awareness of your emotional state when engaging in habits. Positive emotions facilitate consistency, while negative emotions may signal the need for adjustment. Establish rituals that prepare your mind and body for consistent action. For example, a short meditation before work or a warm-up before exercise primes your system. Create an environment that supports your habits. Remove temptations and distractions that compete for your attention and energy. Avoid multitasking during your small action. Focused attention improves quality and strengthens habit formation. Keep learning from your experience with consistency. Adjust strategies based on what works and what doesn't. Surround yourself with others who value and practice consistent effort. Positive influence reinforces your own commitment. Use setbacks as learning opportunities rather than reasons to quit. Analyze causes and implement corrective steps promptly. Celebrate progress in tangible ways, such as rewarding yourself after milestones. This reinforces positive behavior. Maintain a growth mindset that views challenges as opportunities for development. This outlook encourages perseverance. Remember that consistency compounds in all aspects of life, not just work or finance. Health, relationships, and personal growth all benefit from steady effort. Commit to lifelong consistency as a foundation for ongoing success and fulfillment. This habit is the ultimate multiplier of potential. Trust the process and keep showing up every day. Your future self will thank you for the small actions you take now. Embody patience, discipline, and faith in the power of daily consistency to transform your life profoundly. Chapter 17. Learn from failure without blaming anyone or anything. Failure is a natural and inevitable part of any meaningful journey towards success. What truly defines progress is not the absence of failure, but how we respond to it. Learning from failure without blaming anyone or anything is a vital habit that builds resilience, wisdom, and personal growth. It allows you to move forward with clarity and strength, instead of getting stuck in frustration or victimhood. The first step in this process is accepting failure as feedback rather than a judgment on your worth or abilities. Failure simply signals that something didn't work as intended. When you see it as information, you remove emotional charge and create space for constructive reflection. Avoiding blame means refusing to point fingers at others, circumstances, or yourself. Blaming creates a false sense of control but actually traps you in negative cycles. Instead, focus on what you can control, your response, and the lessons you choose to extract. Developing a mindset that views failure as a teacher rather than a threat transforms setbacks into opportunities. Ask questions like, what did this experience reveal about my strategy? What assumptions were incorrect? What skills or knowledge do I need to improve? This curiosity fuels growth. Embracing responsibility for your failures is empowering. It means owning your decisions and actions without defensiveness. When you take full ownership, you gain authority over your future and the ability to make changes that lead to success. Practice emotional regulation when confronting failure. Strong emotions like anger, shame, or disappointment are natural but can cloud judgment if not managed. Techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, or journaling help process emotions healthily and maintain perspective. Focus on identifying specific factors within your control that influence the outcome. Analyze what you did well and what could be improved. This balanced assessment prevents harsh self-criticism and encourages realistic self-evaluation. Create a clear action plan based on your analysis. Define concrete steps to address weaknesses and build on strength. This turns learning into practical improvement. Seek feedback from trusted mentors or peers who can provide objective insights. External perspectives often highlight blind spots and offer valuable guidance. Avoid dwelling on failure by limiting the time and mental energy you spend ruminating. Acknowledge the setback, extract lessons, then shift focus toward future actions. Cultivate patience with your growth process. Learning from failure is not instantaneous but unfolds through repeated effort and reflection. Recognize that everyone encounters failure, even the most successful people. This awareness normalizes setbacks and reduces feelings of isolation or inadequacy. Use failure as motivation to strengthen your determination and resilience. Let it deepen your commitment rather than discourage it. Distinguish between productive failure and destructive failure. Productive failure informs and improves your approach, while destructive failure leads to stagnation or defeatism. Aim to learn and avoid the trap of perfectionism, which fears failure and inhibits action. Accepting imperfection allows you to experiment, fail, and learn more freely. Maintain a growth mindset that values effort, learning, and progress over fixed outcomes. This mindset fosters flexibility and openness to change. Reflect regularly on past failures and the lessons they brought. This reflection builds a mental library of experience to guide future decisions. Develop compassion for yourself during failure. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding as you would a close friend. Compassion supports recovery and growth. Stay focused on your long-term vision. Let your goals provide context that setbacks are temporary and part of a larger journey. Practice gratitude by acknowledging the opportunities to learn that failure provides. Gratitude shifts perspective from loss to gain. Avoid blaming others by recognizing that external factors often interplay with your actions. Focus on your sphere of influence, where you can make a difference. Use failure stories from others as inspiration and education. Learn how they overcame obstacles and what strategies they used. Build resilience by developing problem-solving skills that help you navigate future challenges more effectively. Celebrate small wins that follow failure to reinforce progress and build confidence. Maintain curiosity about your own patterns of behavior that lead to failure. Self-awareness enhances prevention and growth. Avoid all-or-nothing thinking. Failure in one area doesn't define your entire journey or worth. Use visualization to imagine successfully overcoming challenges and learning from setbacks. Keep a failure journal to document experiences, insights, and growth. This record fosters accountability and perspective. Focus on what actions you can take now rather than dwelling on past mistakes. Avoid using failure as an excuse to give up or lower your standards. Let it fuel higher commitment. Develop humility to accept that mistakes are part of human experience and learning. Create supportive environments where failure is seen as a natural part of progress rather than shameful. Practice reframing negative thoughts associated with failure into empowering affirmations. Trust that failure is a stepping stone toward mastery and success. Avoid comparing your failures to others. Each person's journey and lessons are unique. Encourage open communication about failure with mentors or peers to gain support and insight. Use mindfulness practices to stay present and avoid anxiety about past or future failures. Build confidence by reflecting on how you have grown stronger after previous failures. Set realistic expectations about progress and setbacks to reduce frustration. Approach failure with courage and openness rather than fear. Recognize that learning from failure requires both intellectual analysis and emotional processing. Use failure as a mirror to uncover hidden strengths and areas for growth. Commit to lifelong learning that includes embracing failure as a natural teacher. Develop strategies to bounce back quickly from failure to maintain momentum. Practice forgiveness for yourself and others involved in setback. Remember that no failure is final unless you refuse to learn and move forward. Focus on solutions rather than problems when facing failure. Use each failure to refine your goals and methods. Maintain balance by caring for your mental and physical health during tough times. Avoid isolating yourself when you fail. Reach out for connection and support. Trust in your ability to grow through challenges and setbacks. Remember that perseverance in the face of failure builds character and resilience. Let failure humble you without diminishing your ambition. Commit to turning every failure into a stepping stone toward your highest potential. Chapter 18. Use your morning to strengthen discipline and direction. Your morning holds unparalleled power to set the tone for the entire day and build unwavering discipline and clear direction. How you start your day shapes your mindset, energy, and decisions, influencing your ability to stay focused and productive. When mornings are used intentionally, they become a launchpad for growth and success, rather than a reaction to chaos or distraction. Discipline begins with waking up with purpose. Rising early, even before distractions appear, gives you a quiet window to center yourself and plan. This early start signals commitment and respect for your goals. It establishes control over your time instead of allowing external demands to dictate your actions. In the morning, your mind is freshest and least burdened by the day's stresses. Harnessing this clarity allows for better decision-making and thoughtful prioritization. Taking a few moments to identify your top priorities aligns your actions with your long-term vision. Creating a consistent morning routine anchors discipline. Repetition reduces decision fatigue and strengthens habits. A well-designed routine might include physical movement to energize the body, mindfulness practices to calm the mind, and reviewing goals to focus your efforts. This combination prepares you mentally and physically to face the day. Physical activity in the morning boosts energy levels, improves mood, and enhances cognitive function. Even brief exercise increases blood flow and stimulates the release of positive neurotransmitters. This physical boost supports sustained discipline and productivity. Practicing mindfulness or meditation cultivates mental clarity and emotional balance. Starting the day with calm awareness reduces impulsivity and increases resilience. It helps maintain composure during challenges and distraction. Reviewing your goals each morning reinforces motivation and direction. Reminding yourself why you are working hard ignites passion and perseverance. Visualizing success strengthens belief in your ability to achieve it. Planning your day intentionally prevents aimless drifting. Allocating time blocks for focused work, breaks, and self-care creates structure. This structure protects your attention and energy from being squandered. Limiting exposure to technology and social media in the morning prevents unnecessary distraction and stress. Instead, use this time for activities that feed your growth and purpose. Hydrating and nourishing your body first thing replenishes energy and supports brain function. Small health habits compound to improve overall well-being and stamina. Journaling in the morning encourages reflection and gratitude. Writing down what you aim to accomplish and what you appreciate fosters a positive mindset and sharpens intention. Affirmations or reading motivational material provide mental fuel. Positive input early in the day shapes beliefs and attitudes that guide behavior. Consistency in your morning routine builds momentum that carries throughout the day. The discipline practiced each morning reinforces self-control in other areas of life. Adjust your routine as needed to keep it effective and aligned with evolving goals. Flexibility within structure supports long-term adherence. Avoid hitting the snooze button. Delaying wakefulness undermines discipline and often leads to rushed, reactive morning. Getting up promptly establishes control and respect for your time. Create an environment that supports your morning habits. Prepare clothes, meals or tools the night before to reduce friction and decision load. Wake up with intention by setting a clear, compelling reason for starting your day. This sense of purpose ignites action. Practice gratitude immediately upon waking. This simple habit shifts focus to positivity and abundance, boosting motivation. Keep your morning routine manageable to avoid overwhelm. Start with small steps and gradually build complexity. Set boundaries around morning time to protect it from interruptions. Communicate with family or roommates about your routine needs. Use your morning to review challenges from the previous day and plan solutions. This proactive mindset builds problem-solving skills. Avoid consuming heavy or negative news first thing. Protect your mental state from unnecessary stress. Incorporate breathing exercises to oxygenate your brain and reduce anxiety. This prepares you for clear thinking and calm action. Reflect on how your morning routine supports your future self. This connection enhances commitment and discipline. Track your morning routine habits to monitor consistency and identify areas for improvement. Celebrate small wins achieved each morning to reinforce positive behavior. Recognize that building discipline is a process requiring patience and persistence. Use your morning to mentally rehearse tasks that may be challenging. Visualization improves confidence and performance. Limit caffeine intake early in the morning to avoid energy crashes later. Opt for hydration and natural energy boosters. Balance productivity with self-care in your morning routine to sustain energy. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals to keep focus sharp during morning rituals. Recognize how morning discipline influences your mood and productivity all day. Prioritize sleep hygiene to ensure quality rest that supports morning energy. Practice self-compassion when mornings don't go perfectly. Adapt and recommit without judgment. Use alarms or apps that encourage gentle waking to reduce morning grogginess. Align your morning routine with your personal values to deepen meaning. Seek inspiration from role models who exemplify disciplined mornings. Use your morning to connect briefly with loved ones to foster emotional support. Avoid multitasking during morning activities to increase effectiveness and presence. Take advantage of natural light in the morning to regulate your circadian rhythm. Prepare mentally for potential challenges in your day during your morning routine. Keep a journal of insights gained from morning reflection to track growth. Incorporate a brief learning session in your morning to feed your mind. Use morning time to review finances or goals to stay aligned with success habits. Avoid decision overload in the morning by limiting choices to essentials. Stay mindful of your posture and movement to enhance physical readiness. Practice intentional silence or prayer, if aligned with your beliefs, to center yourself. Maintain hydration and nutrition to fuel brain function and discipline. Remember that your morning habits set a powerful precedent for self-mastery. Approach each morning as a new opportunity to strengthen your discipline and clarify your path. Trust that consistent use of morning time creates a foundation for lifelong success. Embody patience, focus, and gratitude each morning to cultivate inner strength. Use the stillness of morning to cultivate resilience and clear direction. Chapter 19. Keep promises you make to yourself without exception. Keeping promises you make to yourself is one of the most powerful habits you can cultivate. It builds unshakable trust within, forming the foundation of integrity, discipline, and confidence. When you consistently honor your commitments to yourself, no matter how small, you strengthen your ability to achieve meaningful success and live a life aligned with your deepest values. Every promise you make to yourself carries weight. It is a declaration of your priorities, your respect for your own word, and your dedication to your growth. Breaking these promises chips away at your self-esteem and weakens your internal authority. This internal authority governs your decisions and your ability to push through challenges. The first step is recognizing that promises to yourself are not optional. They are contracts with your future self. When you decide to exercise, read, or work on a project, you set an expectation for who you will be. Upholding these promises honors that expectation and creates momentum. Start by making realistic promises that you can keep. Overcommitting or setting unattainable goals invites failure and frustration. Setting achievable commitments creates a pattern of success and reinforces your trustworthiness. Write down your promises to yourself. This externalizes your commitment and provides a tangible reference. Writing clarifies intent and reduces the chance of forgetting or dismissing your goals. Create reminders in your environment. Notes, alarms, or digital tools can prompt you to act on your promises. These cues keep your commitments top of mind and encourage follow-through. Understand the emotions behind breaking promises. Often, it involves discomfort, fear, or procrastination. Acknowledge these feelings without judgment and use them as signals to explore deeper motivation. Develop strategies to overcome resistance. Break tasks into smaller steps. Use accountability partners or reward yourself for progress. These tactics make it easier to stay true to your promises. Practice self-discipline by setting non-negotiable rules around your commitments. For example, decide that you will not skip your morning routine or delay important work. Non-negotiables create structure and reduce decision fatigue. When tempted to break a promise, pause and reflect on the consequences. Consider how this choice affects your self-respect and long-term goals. This moment of awareness often strengthens resolve. Celebrate every time you keep a promise. No matter how minor, positive reinforcement builds motivation and makes the habit enjoyable. Avoid using excuses or externalizing blame. Taking full responsibility for your commitments empowers you to find solutions instead of avoiding action. Develop flexibility to adapt promises as circumstances change, but do so consciously and with intention. Renegotiating commitments mindfully maintains integrity. Recognize that keeping promises to yourself builds resilience. It trains your mind and body to handle discomfort and uncertainty with strength. Surround yourself with people who respect and support their own commitments. This social environment encourages your own discipline. Track your progress with a journal or app to visualize your consistency. Seeing your successes reinforces belief in your ability. Use affirmations to strengthen your commitment. Statements like "I honor my word to myself" boost mental resolve. Practice forgiveness when you slip but return quickly to your commitments. Compassion prevents discouragement and maintains momentum. Reflect regularly on the connection between keeping promises and your self-image. The more you honor yourself, the stronger your identity becomes. Recognize that every promise kept enhances your credibility with others. Self-trust translates into trustworthiness in relationships and business. Use visualization to imagine the benefits of fulfilling your promises. Picture how discipline improves your life and creates opportunities. Create rituals around promise-keeping that make the process automatic. For example, a specific time or setting for working on goals. Avoid multitasking during promise-related actions to maintain focus and quality. Manage your energy to support commitments. Ensure adequate rest, nutrition, and mental breaks to sustain discipline. Develop mental toughness by pushing through resistance instead of yielding to impulses. Understand that consistency in promise-keeping shapes your character over time. Balance ambition with patience. Long-term commitment often involves slow, steady progress. Use setbacks as learning moments rather than reasons to give up on promises. Maintain awareness of the deeper purpose behind your commitments. Connecting to why strengthens motivation. Practice saying no to requests or distractions that interfere with promises. Seek inspiration from stories of individuals who transformed their lives by honoring their word. Develop accountability systems, such as sharing your promises with a trusted friend or coach. Celebrate milestones reached through persistent promise-keeping. Avoid comparing your journey to others. Focus on your own progress. Use mindfulness to stay present during actions that fulfill promises. Recognize that keeping promises requires both willpower and self-compassion. Create an environment free from temptation or distractions that jeopardize your commitments. Invest time in planning and preparing to fulfill your promises effectively. Practice gratitude for your growing self-trust and discipline. Understand that the habit of keeping promises extends beyond goals to all areas of life. Use setbacks to reassess and strengthen your promise-keeping strategies. Stay connected to your values to ensure promises align with your authentic self. Avoid perfectionism that delays or prevents action. Progress matters more than flawless execution. Commit to lifelong integrity by honoring every promise you make to yourself. Trust that each kept promise builds an unbreakable foundation for success and fulfillment. Embody courage, persistence, and respect for yourself through consistent promise-keeping. Let this habit shape your identity and empower your journey toward lasting achievement. Chapter 20. Act like your future depends on today's effort. Every single action taken today lays the foundation for your future. How you engage with the present moment directly shapes the reality you will experience tomorrow, next year and beyond. Acting as if your future depends entirely on the effort you put in now is not merely motivational language. It is a practical principle that transforms potential into tangible results. This mindset turns everyday choices into powerful building blocks of success. To live this way means recognizing that procrastination or half-hearted effort steals from your future self. Each delay or distraction is an opportunity lost, a moment where your goals are set further out of reach. When you fully grasp the connection between present effort and future outcome, you awaken a sense of urgency that fuels discipline and focus. Start by setting clear intentions every day. Knowing what you want to achieve creates direction and purpose for your efforts. Without a target, actions become scattered and inefficient. Clarifying your goals sharpens your focus and helps you prioritize tasks that have the greatest impact on your future. Break down your larger goals into manageable daily steps. Progress is built through consistent, small actions rather than sporadic bursts of energy. When you commit to doing what matters every day, your future success becomes inevitable. Eliminate excuses that diminish your commitment. Life will always present obstacles, but acting as if your future depends on today's effort means choosing perseverance over avoidance. Embrace challenges as tests of your dedication rather than reasons to give up. Develop a routine that supports your ambition. Structure your day with habits that maximize productivity and minimize distractions. Routines conserve mental energy by reducing decisions, allowing you to channel focus into meaningful work. Practice mindfulness to remain fully engaged in your tasks. Being present improves the quality of your efforts and prevents wasted time on unfocused activity. Attention to detail builds mastery and accelerates progress. Maintain a growth mindset that sees effort as the pathway to improvement. Understand that skills and abilities develop through hard work, learning, and experience. This perspective encourages resilience when facing setbacks. Hold yourself accountable by tracking your actions and results. Self-monitoring reveals patterns, highlights successes, and uncovers areas needing adjustment. Accountability fuels motivation and sharpens execution. Visualize your future self enjoying the rewards of your effort. Imagine the freedom, confidence, and opportunities that arise from disciplined action. This vivid picture strengthens commitment and aligns daily behavior with long-term vision. Avoid comparing your journey to others. Focus on your own path and the impact of your current choices. Comparison often leads to discouragement or complacency, undermining consistent effort. Embrace discipline as a skill that grows with practice. The more you act with purpose and resolve, the easier it becomes to sustain effort over time. Discipline builds momentum, turning initial effort into lasting habits. Stay flexible by adapting your approach as circumstances change. Acting as if your future depends on today means balancing persistence with smart adjustments. Rigidity can hinder progress. Thoughtful adaptation supports steady growth. Seek feedback to refine your efforts. External perspectives provide clarity and new ideas that enhance your effectiveness. Openness to constructive criticism improves the quality of your work and accelerates development. Protect your energy by prioritizing rest, nutrition, and physical activity. Sustainable effort requires a healthy body and mind. Ignoring well-being diminishes capacity for focused action and slows progress. Avoid multitasking to ensure deep focus on each task. Divided attention reduces efficiency and quality. Single-minded effort produces better results and fosters satisfaction. Practice gratitude for the opportunity to work toward your future. Appreciation for the present moment fosters positivity and motivation. Gratitude shifts focus from burden to privilege. Use setbacks as learning opportunities rather than reasons to quit. Each challenge offers insight that refines your strategy and strengthens resilience. Celebrate incremental progress to maintain enthusiasm. Recognizing achievements, no matter how small, builds confidence and reinforces commitment. Limit exposure to distractions that consume time and energy. Protect your environment to create conditions conducive to sustained effort. Engage in deliberate practice by focusing on improving specific skills. Targeted effort produces faster and more meaningful growth. Build a support system of people who encourage your dedication. Positive influence nurtures persistence and accountability. Reflect daily on how your actions align with your future goals. This awareness guides decision-making and ensures consistent progress. Set boundaries that protect your time and focus. Saying no to non-essential demands preserves capacity for high-impact activities. Cultivate patience by understanding that meaningful success takes time. Acting as if your future depends on today's effort requires steady, long-term commitment. Avoid perfectionism that delays action. Taking imperfect steps forward is more productive than waiting for ideal conditions. Use affirmations to reinforce belief in your ability to create your future. Positive self-talk boosts confidence and motivation. Plan for potential obstacles and develop contingency strategies. Anticipating challenges strengthens resolve and readiness. Practice self-compassion when facing setbacks. Kindness toward yourself promotes recovery and sustained effort. Keep learning to enhance your knowledge and skills. Continuous growth supports increasingly effective action. Maintain curiosity about new methods and perspectives. Openness to innovation fosters adaptability and improvement. Visualize overcoming challenges to build mental toughness. Preparation in the mind primes you for success in action. Recognize that each day is an opportunity to build or erode your future. Your choices accumulate into the reality you experience. Approach your work with passion and commitment. Emotional engagement increases satisfaction and persistence. Use tools like planners or apps to organize tasks and deadlines. Organization reduces stress and clarifies priorities. Practice time management techniques to maximize productivity. Efficient use of time expands capacity for meaningful effort. Monitor your energy levels and schedule demanding tasks accordingly. Aligning work with natural rhythms enhances output. Stay focused on what you can control, releasing worry about external uncertainties. Concentrating effort where it matters conserves energy and improves results. Commit to your vision even when motivation wanes. Discipline carries you through periods of low enthusiasm. Build resilience by viewing failures as temporary setbacks rather than permanent barriers. Use your network to gain advice and encouragement. Collaboration often opens new doors and ideas. Maintain a balanced life to prevent burnout. Incorporate activities that recharge your mind and body. Keep adjusting your goals as you grow and learn. Flexibility ensures relevance and alignment with your evolving self. Trust in the power of consistent, purposeful action to transform your future. Remember that the effort invested today is the currency of tomorrow's success. Live each day with intention and resolve, knowing that your future depends on the choices you make right now.